So let me get this straight. You are paying a bunch of Indian scammers to do your YouTube videos for you, and they are literally using AI thumbnails. They're not even bothering. They're not even bothering to make thumbnails anymore. They used to make subpar dog shit thumbnails, right? And now they're it's just AI.
What's up, guys? Your boy Erkulez here with.
Now you're gonna get farmed. Now you're gonna get farmed. You're gonna try to play for sympathy, and I'm going to farm you. At this very moment, you are going to be farmed.
With another video. This time we will be reacting to some of, not all of, the Blue Squadron video titled BDO Cron King Says Goodbye. I'm only making this video because I have gotten such an alarming amount of DMs on Discord about this. I was getting messages
because people are concerned that you are literally tanking your entire family's future with bad mistake after bad mistake after bad mistake. Like, you are a walking disaster.
While he was doing it live with links to his stream from a bunch of people, everything from people in my community to people outside of my community that were just like, this guy needs to see this. I don't know what's going on, bro.
Why you are $200,000 or more in debt and you are wearing a pinky ring? You're wearing a Hurley hat. You've got new felt headphones on. Buddy, you're wearing a gold chain. He really is an American. He might be Cuban, but realistically, damn, bro.
I'm just gonna watch the video and see what was said. But knowing Blue, bro, it's something outlandish.
Nope.
It's sensational. It's got to get the people going. But we're gonna dive into it and see how it goes. Let's see.
Have to work hard. You can't just I'm gonna go live and I'm gonna grind for 20 hours. Nobody cares. It's the same thing in BDO. These content creators that just sit there and they hit go live and they grind for 8 hours a day and they do nothing different. And then chat, you're totally caught right now. Chat, you're totally caught right now. Like, literally all of you in chat right now. You fast forward 5 years. You could look at 5 years ago, and we all know the content creators I'm talking about. 5 years ago, they were.
So in this bit, Blue's basically talking about the quality of the content that gets produced, and I'll be the first one to call out the fact that I'm not great at that. Like,
I actually think that you're not entirely bad. You are extremely entertaining. Wait, you're an extremely entertaining. That's what I meant to say. We love watching you make poor decisions, whether it's in Black Desert or with your normal life.
I don't know how to masterfully make structured videos and guides for certain
but your Indian scammers do, so it's okay.
Things, especially a game like BDO that I never really mastered or understood to any kind of degree near being able to create guidance for anyone within the game. I have one video I've made in BDO that has been successful as far as like a guide.
That's not true. He's got several videos that are successful. Also, the real person, the person that profits the most off of Erkulez and his content is actually Note. Unironically, Note. Like, he's got like 1 million views on Erkulez's videos because I react to them, and then Note gets all of that money on YouTube. No, at this point, Note sees Erkulez on the screen and he gets erect. He's excited.
It goes, and it was for the fish tank. It's on my channel somewhere. The comments are overwhelmingly positive, and people were like, dude, I couldn't figure this out. I'm so glad I found your video on this thing. And I was happy about that. I was like, yeah, I did it. I did it.
Who in the is looking at Erkulez's video and going, that's how I do that system in the game? How am I getting beaten in the algorithm by this guy?
One video that made sense. The rest of it was just spending and tapping and all the garbage that you guys know about. I did do some structured videos that way about WoW TBC Classic when I was planning on making content on that, and some of them performed really good or much better than I expected.
So he's rambled himself into like coping and not actually listening to what I'm saying. What I'm saying in this clip is that you have to work really hard as a content creator and be talented, right? But like you have to work really hard if you want to make it as a creator, because everybody wants this job. More people want this job than any other job in the history of the human race. Because of how the internet functions and how it connects all of us, everyone theoretically can make YouTube videos. Everyone theoretically could be a streamer, right? And there's a ton, like millions and millions, potentially billions of people around the world who are trying to be content creators, whether it's in China on Bilibili, or if it's they're a kid in high school in America, or they're over in Europe and they're Muslim, right? Like all times of people.
Phenomenally, like way better than any of my other WoW stuff before. But I am notoriously horrible at doing that thing, and Blue is exceptional at it, which is why he is the size of content creator that he is. And
I mean, I don't know, but like I just work, like I work harder than you do.
He's so good at what he does, you know, because he has that knack.
In fairness, I am exceptional at this job, so I should be doing this. I was born to do this, okay? If you don't literally have schizo conversations with yourself at 2 in the fucking morning, out loud, like yelling at yourself, having a full-on argument with different aspects of yourself, you're not meant to be a content creator, okay? You need to be some kind of deranged psychopath, charisma dump, lunatic to be a successful content creator. You do. Okay.
His brain knows how to formulate the things and put things together. I'm very much in the category of people that he's talking about that just get on the gameplay and want to talk to chat and interact. And that's kind of like the whole thing.
Yes.
And
yes, the vast majority of the human race who is uninteresting to watch play video games. Brutal reality check, 99.9% of gamers are not entertaining to watch.
that is not as successful of a career path in this thing as someone who makes guides or someone who breaks down game mechanics in a certain way or teaches people how to do something in the game because they're masterful at it in a certain way. So I was never really able to do that. I would say if I was going to do something like that, it would be in Apex Legends, but I don't think I could either, man, because I just don't have the movement tech that a lot of the top guys have. You know, like I'm just not as good at the game, dude. I'm unk, bro. I'm an unk. You can come to my stream and I'll
What is movement tech? What the does that even mean?
give you some life advice, and those are the parts that I really enjoyed about being live. Like
Apex movement? I don't know.
people came to me and talked to me about
I thought he was talking about being a content creator.
hardships they were going through in life.
Holy, just go to the next part of the video. Okay. Okay, here we go. When your kids like they're realistic with your
entertaining content. I'm not so good at that.
You got to be realistic with your dreams, brother. Like it's when your kids they're getting B's on their report card in first grade and they're like, I'm going to be an astronaut. You're like, no, you're not. Okay. All right. Let's hold it together. Right. I used to have students in high school that they'd be like, oh my God, Mr. Blue, I failed that exam. Oh my God, I'm going to be a failure in life. What the fuck am I going to do? My life is over. I'm like, your life is not over, Kara. Okay. Repeat after me. Welcome to Walmart. And she was fine. Okay. She's going to be fine. Not everyone in life can go to college and go get a degree and be super successful. Some people's entire purpose in life is to be a cashier at Starbucks. See, you're going to do great.
But time will tell.
You need to be realistic with your expectations. It's great to have goals. It's phenomenal to have goals, but you need to be realistic with them.
This is why Blue's the man, bro. It's funny, man. It's just funny, dude, but it's also really messed up. So Blue is someone who is very logically minded, obviously.
It is good to be logical when it comes to approaching your business and your dreams. I agree. Definitely a lot better.
obviously, very mathematical about his approach to life and
No math. Haven't said any numbers. Just logic.
philosophy of living. I am the complete opposite. I
just fly off the handle and do everything emotionally, like certain genders.
wholeheartedly a dreamer, you know? And why I don't agree with that, like, again, two sides to every coin, you know? Everyone said that Michael Jordan was garbage at basketball.
Nobody said that Michael Jordan was bad at basketball.
Shit, I think
Nobody
I
said
made in
that.
chat.
He was
I
a
old guy
prodigy
and
from the
two ukulele.
goddamn get-go. Okay? No one said that. They looked one look at him and they were like, that guy's going to be the best basketball player of all time. And then he went on to become the best basketball player of all time. Okay? Nobody looks at... Okay. Like, holy shit. You're comparing yourself to Michael Jordan.
That he would never be a basketball player, that he
Nobody said that, bro.
was just absolute trash at the sport. To date, widely considered the best player to have ever touched a basketball in the history of human beings touching basketballs, bro.
So you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Some shots should not be taken.
So I don't think you should crush a child, bro. Just being completely honest. Like if a teacher said that to my child, I would ape out, bro.
I know you would. Oh, I'm aware. Because you look exactly like some of the completely delulu parents who, I swear to God, I get to parent-teacher conferences and I'm like, so Clara is sniffing glue so much in the back of class that I thought that your family had stock in Elmer's. We're going to need to address this situation.
I would literally, it would be a chimpathon, bro. I would lose it, bro. I would ape the fuck out.
What? Because someone's being honest with your kid? You don't want people to be honest? This is the problem with parents in today's society. They're so dishonest about everything. Right? It's the same parents who get really mad. It's the same parents that got me fired from my job as a teacher. Who were like, yeah, no, he shouldn't be cussing on the internet on his own time. My kid should not be watching that teacher cuss on the internet on his own time under a different alias that is completely unassociated with the school. Okay? They never think to themselves, God, should I hold myself accountable for allowing my child to be watching 18 plus content on the internet? Whose fault is it really that your kids saw that? Do a better job as a parent. Not talking about Erkulez necessarily, but
out on a teacher for saying some stupid ass shit like that to my kid. Blue Squadron would have had to shoot me, bro. Like I would have showed up and just let him.
That could be arranged. If you break into my house, that could be arranged. I do own a lot of guns. But I don't know why you would say that. The solution to not being shot is to just not break into my house. It's really simple. Just don't do that and I won't shoot you for any reason.
No, like you don't have to shoot me, big dog. Like this is crazy that you said this to my baby.
So I told your kid that they're going to have to work at Walmart because they keep failing all of their exams and they have the work ethic of their father. And you took that personally.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? Whether he's right or wrong, it does.
In fairness, I would never say that to a parent. I would, however, joke around with a student that they failed an exam, right? And they're pretending it's the end of the world, right? And you just tell them, it's fine, you'll just work at Walmart because it's a joke and it will make them laugh, okay? And because it's a joke at the hilarity of pretending that your life is over because you took an exam. How many of you guys in chat took exams in high school and you did really poorly on them and then you thought it was literally the end of the universe? Oh my God, I'm going to die. I'm not going to go to college. My entire life is going to be a disaster, everything, right? Kids have mental meltdowns like that all the time. They do. And in order to help them get through that, you get morbidly realistic with the fact that like one, it's obvious. Obviously, you're probably not going to end up working at Walmart. Okay, number one. Number two, it gets you to laugh it off a little bit so that you can realize that it's really just not the end of the world. You failed an exam, that sucks. You just pick up and then you do better on the next one. Or if you don't pick up and start doing better on the next one, maybe you will end up working at Walmart.
Doesn't matter.
Sincerely, we have a massive. I think that kids were raised better when we could hit our children. Okay, I'm not asking for abuse, but I think every once in a while, smacking your kid on the head or spanking them is warranted because they're sometimes. It's the way that it goes. I got hit when I was a kid. I was never abused. Never abused. But I got hit any number of times because I was being, and it made me a better person.
At that point. And that's the duality between me and Blue. Like, we're very different people who have a different outlook on life. And I'm always going to be the guy that tells the
Continue.
kid he can be an astronaut, whether I believe that or not. And honestly, it's because
Casper
I
Hunter
believe
Cheer
that. Because
Dad's
I think that
250. I had a high school teacher that joked with us in like 2007 that if we failed his class he wanted a large fry from McDonald's when he came through the drive-thru. We thought it was hilarious.
Exactly. Exactly. The fact that you threatened to kill me, right? Which is, I mean, he's joking, but that's literally what he just did. He's like, you'd have to shoot me because I'm going to come kill you. Like, basically, that's the implication, right? You're threatening to kill me because I told your kid that they're going to work at Walmart is the exact problem with society and parenting. Everybody gets so offended at literally everything that is said nowadays. You're so offended that your kid was called stupid. You're offended that your kid was called some transgender. You're offended that your kid was called. You're offended that you were called. You were offended that you were misgendered or mispronounced. You're offended that this, and you're homophobic that, Nazi this, transphobia that, everything. Racist this, racist that. Life was better when kids beat the shit out of each other on the playground because they were bullying each other. Okay? Back when kids used to be able to bully other kids, we actually had better, it created stronger men. But because we didn't bully people enough, we ended up with an entire generation of feet-loving femboy freaks. Bullying can be healthy. Okay? Men get stronger by bullying each other. Women also get stronger by bullying each other. And before you say anything, women are way worse bullies than men are. Like, infinitely worse. Like, men will physically bully each other and they will be like, they'll just like call you names and shit with each other. But women, they're sadistic. Dude, they'll go after your Instagram. They'll make alternate accounts, call you ugly. I can't believe you would wear it. Holy shit, you're a troglodyte. Like, you look like a Neanderthal. They'll come up with any excuse. They'll try to make it look like everyone hates you. They'll spread nasty rumors, make shit up about you. Okay? But ultimately, and that's all shitty, but ultimately it does make you a stronger person because you learn how to deal with the fact that society is never going to agree with you. Ever. The only person that will ever agree with you is yourself. Okay? So let's take transgender people for a second. I personally don't give a shit if you want to be a transgender person. If you believe that you're a woman or you're a man, I don't care. Go nuts. That's your American right if you're over the age of 18. Okay? However, you don't get to tell me what pronoun I have to call you because you can't tell me how to think or what to say. Now, I will try to call you whatever pronoun you want, but you don't get to go to anybody else and tell them how to think. Just like they can't go to you and tell you that you're not whatever crazy shit that you are, that you believe that you are. Because the only person in your life that really needs to accept you is yourself. There was a time a long time ago when gay people, the entire messaging behind the gay movement was that I'm just proud of who I am, everybody else. And now it's everybody else, I can't be myself unless they believe it. We're backwards.
Regardless of who you are, if you never give up at something. I've always followed the theory that,
But see, you're like, I've always,
if you're really bright and talented at this one thing and you dedicate an hour and you can ace the test, and someone else is not as talented at that one thing and they dedicate 3 hours and get a B. But if
this is me. This is me. In school, all of the kids that I went to school with, whether it be college or high school or whatever, were all smarter than me. I had to study 3 times as long as everybody else to get like equivalent grades or worse. Okay? But you know what ends up happening when I get to college? I'm outscoring every single other person in the class. Why? They're all lazy, worthless, talented. Nothing is worse than an incredibly talented person that has no work ethic.
If they dedicate 5 hours, they get an A. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like, maybe you can get somewhere without an extreme effort because you're naturally God-given talent is what you have. Someone who outworks you will always surpass you.
That is not the case. That is as mentally as your face looks right now. Okay? Absolutely not. That is not how life always works. And a perfect example is content creation. Most human beings, if they try to be a content creator, could work. They could stream 400 hours in a month. Okay? All 24/7, dogging it at the computer, grinding like 4 YouTube videos a day, grinding, and they will never ever make it. It doesn't matter how much time they pour into this project, they will never be successful
in the long run. And the same thought process is shared by guys like Habib, you know, where he says that some guys are very talented and seldom do the very talented make it to the end and become champions because they are used to things coming easy to them and just being able to do the thing. Whereas guys that really, really have to work for it end up not ever giving up and being able to kind of break through that natural skill barrier and are the ones that really make it in life. Whichever your philosophy is, doesn't matter. And it's okay because we all have a different perception of
it. Does matter, and it's not okay. This soft ass pussy language is part of the reason that society is where it is. At a certain point in your kid's life, you don't have to tell him.
Is this you reacting to him, reacting to you, reacting to him?
Yes. You don't have to like tell your kid when they're 4 years old that they're not going to be an astronaut. But at some point, you are going to have the conversation. It might come in high school. It might be in college. But at some point, that conversation is probably going to have to transpire. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to be realistic with your goals. You say, okay, well, you can't be an astronaut, but I bet you could fly a drone really well, right? You can't be an astronaut, but I bet that you would be amazing at landscaping. Pedro?
Life, and we all experience it differently. We all come from a different life's path and walk from different religions and cultures and backgrounds and geographical locations. So it doesn't really matter, you know? I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. I think that you should live your life by your terms and whatever your mind arrives at as a conclusion. And you should be good with that. You should be happy with that. So I'm very much against that statement. Like, you know, I don't believe in
dude, he's gonna hate the rest of the video. This was a mild statement. This was just this was a flippant joke. Like, this is we haven't even gotten into the heavy shit yet.
Bashing
like,
people or
he's gonna hate,
you know,
this
telling
video.
someone they can't do something. But we need people like that in the world. People like me need people to tell me I can't do something, because everything I have,
you can't do it. He needs me to say it, guys.
I've achieved in my life until this point has been because someone said I couldn't do it. You know, the first time I got in shape, I lost 100 pounds in 3 months, like 90 days. And they told me I couldn't do it. I told them I need to change my life. I need to fix my life. I need to go into the military. I lost all that weight. From what I had been told till date, in that recruiting station, there's still photos of me and the amazing transformation that I made in such a short period of time. to be able to get out of Miami and to go somewhere and do something that would help me build a life and a future for myself. Because if I stayed in that city, it was going to consume me. And
his BMW M4, and I mean this in the sincerest way possible, with Erkulez, it's always about optics. And I try to tell him this. It's always optics. He's always super concerned about how he is watching this video wearing not one, not two, but 3 bracelets with his tattooed arm, drinking a Red Bull, wearing a Hurley hat with felt headphones, and a gold chain around his neck. God damn, I've never been so right in my entire life. How people view him. It's always like, dude. And the pinky ring on the other hand. Right, chat, remember that. Dude, they need to see that I'm wealthy. They need to see that it's status, power, wealth, all of this shit. Again, I drive a 2011 Mazda 3. Still do, okay. Baby. It's got bird shit all over the hood. The hood's all up because I didn't clean the bird shit off enough when I was at the apartment. And so now it's just bird shit stained hood. Also, the speakers don't work. I use a JBL Bluetooth speaker. It's just like there's just a massive difference in how I look at like a chain. Like I used to be super poor. Now I am definitely not poor. Okay, not poor. Okay? And I have not at any point been like, I'm going to buy a $100,000 M4. And I've definitely not. Hold on. I hate to do this to him. But like, there's a reason Erk is struggling. Okay, because here is
this is going to be before good. I lose my train of thought, making a quick point on this. Yes,
wait until you see his BMW M4. If you're not familiar with the previous video, wait till you see the M4.
Started saying this in the beginning of the video, and I've always said this, and Blue just said it himself. There is a huge difference in how I view the world and how Blue Squadron views the world.
That's correct. And one of us is massively in crippling debt, and the other is not, and is doing very well.
He just said he was broke too. I don't know what his story is.
I didn't say I was broke. I mean, like, I am kind of like low key broke, but like, I'm not broke. Like, I'm like rich people broke. Like, like, I don't want to spend $4,000 on BDO right now. I'm kind of broke.
And he doesn't know all of mine, but it's not just about optics or like I have this or flexing this. Like people mistake it, man. I never had shit, bro. I was born in a.
You still don't have shit, Erk. You just went from not having anything to not having anything and being in debt. Or I'm sorry, to having stuff and being in debt. Like
communist shithole.
And by the way, W moving away from Cuba, W America story, because he still has a way better life here in America, even being hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. I mean, I'm just stunned that he adopted the culture so well.
I was born in Havana, Cuba, and I came here when I was elementary school aged. We had nothing. When I came to this country, I came with the clothing on my back and a little stuffed animal that was a lion that my mother stitched time and time again and got stuffing for and restuffed. And that was my favorite stuffed animal.
Okay.
And she has that stuffed animal.
Everybody has a story, Erk. And yes, you were broke as 100%, but there's plenty of other people in the world that absolutely have a worse story than that. Like, I've got one, my own mom used to shit into a bucket in her backyard because they couldn't afford the water bill. Still probably better than life in Cuba, not gonna lie. All right? So, like, again, everybody's got their issues. All right? I say that I've struggled in life somewhat. I'm thankful that it was not worse because it could have gotten way worse.
In her house somewhere till this day. And that was the only possession I had. That was all I had.
You were also a kid at the time.
In this world, bro. That was all.
No, that's not all you had in this world. Dude, he just said that he has nothing, and that's how out of touch he is. You said you moved here from Cuba, and you only had like a teddy bear and the clothes on your back and this shit, but the reality is you also had your family, which is more than other people have. And I think that if you ask a person that grew up without a family and you ask a person that grew up without money which one they would have rather had when they were a kid, they probably would have said family. But hey, what the f do I know? We're all different.
There was
Eric, thanks for the prime sub.
nothing. I grew up here with friends who had genealogy tied to this country, who had forefathers, who had grandparents, who had great-grandparents, who had all kinds of things, bro, who had land, housing, properties, who had jewelry, who had...
So you're saying that you moved here because other members of your family were incredibly wealthy, and although you were really poor, you moved here and they helped you out? Great. W.
Had paintings, who had things that had been
That's
handed
better than most,
down,
like...
who had a family history that was traceable and documented. As immigrants and broke-ass people, we ain't got shit, bro. And if you're watching this video right now and you're in...
What do you mean you don't have shit? As immigrants, we don't have shit. Look at the room that you're sitting in. This is insult. I'm going to be honest with you. That's insulting as an American citizen. Look where the f you are. You don't have shit? No. In Cuba, you didn't have shit. What are you, a Hassan fan? What's going on right now? Have you forgotten? You drive a $100,000 BMW M4. You have a whole card store to your house. Your name. You own a house. You don't have shit though. You don't have shit.
In those circumstances, ask yourself, what the f do you really have, bro? You don't have nothing, dog. You don't. Your daddy didn't give you a chain, didn't give you a bracelet, didn't give you a watch, didn't give you a ring.
That's right. He didn't give you all of that shit. The bank did. And I say the bank did because you had to take out loans to buy all of that shit because you don't technically own it either.
Didn't give you a car, didn't give you a motorcycle, didn't give you a dirt.
He's referring to when he was a kid. Well, dude, again, we all have different experiences, but no, he said immigrants. He said immigrants. And it's a slap in the face to hardworking immigrants that we do have in this country that help make America what it is.
Bike, nothing. From the mud, G. From the mud.
Do you know who's an immigrant who's one of the hardest working people I have ever seen? This is one of the greatest immigrants we've ever had in this country.
Hello and welcome to the Car Karen channel, and welcome to the...
This guy literally does car reviews, and he just walks through the engine. Listen.
We are like pushing the envelope of technology. No. If you go and buy... Valve cover gaskets love to leak. That's one thing we're noticing, but not because of the valve cover. Something's going on with the gasket. But I am noticing one thing about this particular car. This cover is different.
So again, he goes through every piece of the car. His reviews are different than everybody else's. This guy works his ass off. He owns his own mechanic shop. He moved over here with nothing. He owns his own mechanic shop. He started a YouTube channel. Now he's got 2 or 3 YouTube channels. And all he does is he reviews cars in the most unique way possible, and he tells you about the shit. It's not like, oh, here's the color of the interior, oh, we love the suede, whatever. No, he tells you whether the engine's going to make it 200,000 miles based on his opinion. He tells you where the points of failures are. He tells you what it looks like underneath the car. He tells you about the axles. He tells you about the struts. He tells you about the stuff. This guy is a hard-working person. This is one of the hardest working immigrants in the entire country. Okay? And he says in some of his videos, he's like, I'm so thankful to be an American. God bless him too. That's Car Nut.
So naturally...
That's my go-to guy for car reviews, by the way. I recommend that guy.
The psychology is different. And consumer marketing targets people that are obsessed with consumption. Open the hood, bro. Straight the f up, dog. There's nothing else to be said about that. You know what I'm saying? You blow your f***ing bread on the f***ing Scat Pack, on the Hellcat, on some f***ing jewelry, bro. Whole time you're living in the f***ing hood, bro. you ain't got shit. You blow it on some fucking Jordans, and it's like, I get it, bro. I get it that that's not a good thing and that you don't want that thing for other people and you don't want that to be.
It's not that we don't want other people to succeed. It's that some people are just not meant, are not going to succeed like that.
A thing, but for the world to be a world, right? For the
like, dude, look at his watch, dude. Look at this. Like
the yin to be a thing, but for the
look at this. He's got a gold watch on. He's wearing a gold chain necklace. He's got a pinky ring. He's got a Hurley hat on, felt headphones, nice gamer chair, good lighting, all of this shit. And again, he's broker than all of you. He's broker than every single one of you. Okay, so here's his BMW, by the way. Hold on.
Work on that every day, and I've been, you know, lightly successful at that.
Okay, because here is the M4 that he's talking about. That's a he paid like he had to have paid at least $3,000 to $5,000 to have his car custom painted like that. In fairness to Erk, there is no doubting that you can write this off on your taxes to the IRS as a business expense. Pros. Cons, when your business goes bankrupt, and it is going bankrupt, you lose the car because you defaulted on it. So there is that. Okay.
Yo, that shit's fire, bro. Look.
I think that we have different definitions of that. I don't think that we think the same.
The way he spends money, the base pay was $5K, he spent $8K.
Oh. Hollywood actress complaining about rich people. Yeah.
Look at that shit, bro.
He told me that he did this to his.
Yo, by the way, the whole side of it is a big ass mural in the shop. I forgot to
It gets worse.
record that, but I'm gonna record it and then it's gonna be on the video that comes before this one. So
he's so proud of himself, dude. He took this picture while he was trying to showcase his card store. I don't know what you think you're doing, Erk, but when a Magic the Gathering player walks up to your table or your booth at a Magic the Gathering event and they have to walk around your $100,000 Indian made like logo for your car to get to the Magic shop, I don't think that it does any good for their ability to like, hey, yeah, I want to purchase cards from this guy. I don't think it genuinely holds any sway in a standard Magic the Gathering or Pokemon person's like Pokemon player, Yu-Gi-Oh players sway or whether or not they're going to spend money on your store. Also, when you're going to showcase your car, take the box off of the back.
check it out. That's my Rising Sun mirror.
Also, yeah, you're just parked like an asshole. That's a great point, chat. I didn't even think about that.
The whole front console.
Honestly, standard BMW M4 owner. For real.
Concept and the side, like, bro, I designed this, sized it, everything perfect. Like, this was, I'm so happy with it, bro. I love it. Look at it, bro. It's just, bro, I love it, bro. And everybody else
It's too bad you're going to have to sell it when the business goes tits up and tomorrow.
does too, bro.
Because he's like, yeah, I saw these guys and they were like super pimped out and shit. And they were making Instagram reels. They were getting like millions of views. And it's just like a super basic, like, here's my M4, blah, blah, blah. And like they just paid for the car with their Instagram reel or whatever. And honestly, I don't know why I doubted him. This guy bought a $100,000 BMW M4, but he got 20 likes on his Instagram post. So W business expense, to be honest. Whatever the and he was like, yeah, I just decided to do that for mine. And I go, Erk, even if I had a $100,000 M4, do you think I'm going to put Blue Squadron on the hood and said, point the gun here and shoot? Okay. I don't want people knowing who the I am when I'm driving around town. All right. It's just that. No, I said, like, do you think that Asmongold or Tectone drives around with their logo on their hood of their car? Do you think that Asmongold, okay, yeah, at least I'm consistent, or Tectone or Hassan has their gaming logo on their car? Are you crazy? Hell no, we don't want people to know that we are. Asmon spends zero money. Asmon does drive like a $120,000 BMW now. That's one of the nice things that he has in his life. But aside from that, you're right. He lives like a homeless person. Okay? Successful creators don't do that. But you know what? He can afford that because he probably bought the car with cash because he's a multi-millionaire. Asmongold pays more money in taxes every year than most people make in 10. All right? Because you get shot. All right? Somebody's going to see that and be like, hey, I know that guy. And I'm not even popular enough to do that. I don't want people knowing where the I live. That being said, BMW M4 is a great car. It is. I've considered getting one in like, I don't know, a year or two if I have the money to buy it outright. And I'm not going to do that to it. And I'm probably not going to get a BMW M4. I'm probably going to get like a Honda Civic, which is basically the same thing. Supposed to have great retention value. I would not buy that M4.
And that just goes to that. Oh, bro.
No, not supercharged. It's too much money. Got to keep that price down.
This is fun. But basically, bro, that goes back to like a different life experience. You know, like I don't see a problem with it, bro. I am not someone who makes a habit of bashing people on the internet or getting into serious beefs. I love Blue, man. He's helped me out a lot. He's a great guy. But Blue does dangerous things, bro. And I come from a life where I understand where those things have borders, you know, where there's limitations. Like Blue will do something like accuse another creator that is a direct competitor in size in his genre. Like in BDO, you know, he'll attack another creator and say, this person's view botting or this person's this, and then he will dismantle them. And he's really good at what he does. And
Yep. I do that. Yes, I do. Yep.
he will provide evidence and this and that, and he'll f with people's money, bro. You know what I'm saying?
What money? Your view bot, you don't have any money. What do you mean I'm with your money?
So in my world, when you f with people's money, then you got to be careful, bro. You know, because then they're gonna hurt you, and it don't cost but $20 to get a crackhead to fucking stab the shit out of you, bro. And I understand.
I think, and I'm gonna say this lightly, I don't know why you keep talking about killing me or somebody attacking me or like any of this shit, but I will say this. I have 360-degree cameras around my house. I have cameras in every room of my house. They let me know if anyone steps on the property at any time of day. I immediately get notifications. I also own over 10 guns. There is a gun in almost every room of my house. So no matter where you catch me, I'm going to shoot you. Repeatedly. My mother actually said, why your Benelli M4 carries 8 rounds, 7+1. I'm like, yeah. She's like, do you need that? I said, no. No, I don't. But we're going to make sure. I probably only need 1. The remaining 7 are just to make sure they don't ever move again. You know what I'm saying? Like, also, if you're talking about, oh, well, we can get a meth head to come stab him when he goes outside. Well, I've thought about that too. I got my concealed carry permit. Now I carry when I'm walking too. I got it covered. Now, is it possible that somebody could catch me off guard like that? It is. It's always possible. But I am prepared all the time. Because that's what it takes for me to sleep comfortably at night with this job. People threaten my life. People threaten my dog. People threaten my family. People threaten to come after me all the time. All the time. Constantly. Basically every single day. And in order to sleep comfortably at night, that's what I felt like I had to do.
understand that because
And I want to be clear, Erk. I absolutely did live in a minority neighborhood for like 8 years. I was like the only white guy in the apartment complex that I used to live in. I was like the only white guy. There were gangs, gunshots. I went to bed to the sound of gunshots every single night. I did not live in the hood, but I lived kind of in the ghetto. You know what I mean? All right. So, like, I'm not going to pretend I was in the most poor neighborhood or anything, but I'm also not going to pretend that I've lived in really nice neighborhoods my whole life.
I came from there. So I don't f with nobody. I don't like somebody. I'm like, that's cool, bro. They're over there. I'm over here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to f with them. If I got something positive to say,
You will absolutely f with them if they're with your money. By your own admission, you're like, oh, you can't f with somebody's money like that. Well, Jine viewbotting, because that's who you're talking about, is deliberately with everyone else's money in the category. Everyone else makes less money because she's cheating. So where's the accountability for her with everybody else's money? Where is that accountability at?
if I'm here to reinforce somebody or uplift somebody, I'll voice that. But if I got some negativity, bro, I'm gonna 9 times out of 10 try not to get caught up in it. And you know, as long as it's like me and Blue throw jabs at each other. It's all in good fun. He's a good guy. I love Blue.
Yeah, between the two of us, I'm the only one that hasn't threatened to kill the other.
So it's all good, you know, but like, I get it, bro. Somebody could try to do something to you. I don't carry, like, bro, look at this little chain I got on me, bro. This is nothing. You could snap this off of me. You know what I'm saying? I have a cheap watch on, bro. My watch.
Erkulez, if the two of us are walking down the street, who the f is getting mugged? To be honest, if they're going to mug one of us and we're both walking down the street, who's getting mugged? I'm wearing a shirt that has pit stains and this garbage, nasty. I'm wearing red Crocs. I'm strolling down the street with my dog, right? And you're walking down the street with your gold watch, your pinky ring, your gold chain, your designer clothes on, and everything else. Who's getting robbed?
Is $100. They can take this.
Yeah, I know. I'm in sport mode.
You know, I have a ring on.
Probably you, because you're a way easier looking target. No, Erkulez is like over a foot shorter than me. I almost guarantee it. And is wider than me, respectfully. Okay, I'm a bigger guy. Also, I carry a gun. Not an easier target.
A gold ring. They can't take this, though. They got to kill me before they take this.
That's the plan. I'm glad that you recognize what their plan is. Yep. How are you going to stop them from doing that? I'm curious.
This right here, I'll die for. But I don't give a f, bro. Like,
yep, that's their intention.
Live another day, dog. Oh, hey, you caught me lacking, bro. Gun to the head. Take what you want, dog. I'll run it back up tomorrow. It's no big deal. You want to take the car? It's insured. Take the car. I don't give a f, you know what I'm saying? But I don't go out of my way making enemies because I come from a city where you don't use the horn. You beep at somebody in certain areas that I grew up in, and you're going to get shot for using the...
I live in St. Louis, Missouri. We have the highest murder rate in the United States in this city. You gonna brag to me about how unsafe your city is? We gonna play games? That's not true. You think I don't know where I live? We're also the #1 sex trafficking city in the United States. You know why? It's because we have a great highway system here, and they can get off the airport at Lambert, and then they can go anywhere they need. It's also a centralized location. We're super proud of everybody. We're doing great. We're working our way up the charts. Rank 1 right now. We're trying to hold on to rank 1. Okay. Now, in fairness, St. Louis is divided into PvP and safe zones. Okay. So if you live in a safe zone, you are extremely unlikely to be shot. But if you live in a PvP zone, it's like a 35% chance on a bad day.
Horn on your vehicle in the United States.
Particularly North County. Also, East St. Louis, which is technically actually Illinois, is also by itself one of the highest murder rates
of America. When somebody's not moving or when you're trying to signal something, they will blast you, bro.
Aren't you from Austin? No, I'm from St. Louis. And I love my city, to be clear. I love my city. I don't live in a PvP zone anymore. I used to live a PvP zone adjacent.
No, 2 blocks.
The trick to not getting shot in those PvP zones is to not f around. Yeah. You just don't f around and then you don't find out. What's the trick to not getting shot while you're walking through the ghetto? Just don't ask for trouble. Don't be talking shit. Keep your head down. Be respectful. Don't be a piece of shit. It's literally just that simple. Keep a low profile. Just mind your business. Nobody's going to bother you. The people that get shot are the people that go running their mouths.
From where I grew up, there was dudes.
I'm 6'3" tall.
At the time, you know, I'm 34 now. When I was like 16, 17, there was dudes adjust for
that's 190.5 centimeters.
inflation, but there was dudes selling fully automatic banana clipped AK-47s out of trunks for $800, bro.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Yeah.
It's illegal to have a fully automatic weapon in the United States, as far as
No, it's not. You were welcome to the United States. We're not living in Cuba. You can have anything you want. I could buy a rocket launcher if I wanted in this state. All I need is to go get the permits for it. It's literally just that simple. I'm not joking. You're allowed to have anything you want in the United States, but you're going to have to fill out a bunch of paperwork. And then every time you shoot that rocket launcher, you're going to have to fill out more paperwork. Right? So depending on what you want to do and what you want to own, you do it. Just, you know.
I know anywhere, you know.
You have a sniper? Oh, dude, you mean just a rifle? No, I don't. Not yet.
Dudes
I
that
was
are
thinking about getting an assault rifle, though. Oh, Bravo company.
running around with Glock switches, bro, everybody's got them in the hood. You know what I'm saying? So guns, like, look, if you buy a 1911 and it costs you $1,000 and you buy it stolen on the street and that gun's been used to shoot a few people, it'll cost you maybe 100, 200, 300 bucks. You see what I'm saying? Julius Caesar said, when catapults are outlawed.
Are you LARPing as somebody that's had to like buy guns from a gangster? Do you even own a gun? Like, what is the chances that this is all just a huge LARP?
Only outlaws will have catapults. Because you make something illegal doesn't mean the criminals are not going to use it. That being said, there's an understanding that everybody's out there like the Wild Wild West, bro. So when it's your day, bro. You know?
No, that's not how it works at all. The way you had the first half right, but the second half is completely wrong. The reason why everybody can own guns in the United States is because the idea is that like he said at the first part, is that if somebody wants to do something illegal and go to try to shoot up a school or something, they're going to do that. They're going to find the gun. They're going to find the weapon. They're going to do what they're going to do. The reason why everyone's allowed to own guns is so that the people that they try to do it to can defend themselves. But no one is just going to go outside and shoot you. Like, I carry a gun in my neighborhood when I'm walking, right? But at no point do I ever intend on drawing it for any reason unless my life is in imminent danger, because I never want to shoot a gun in a residential area. It's completely irresponsible and it's unsafe as and everyone that carries a gun should understand that. You don't just go around pulling your gun on people and shooting. It's the Wild West. No, it's not. If you're doing it right, no one even knows that you're carrying a gun. That's the whole point of concealed carry.
And it is what it is, man. There were stories of people when I was in high school that got killed for their rims. You know, like, hey, get the fuck out of the car. Nah, bet. Plop, dump the body, get in the car, steal that shit, strip the car. Nobody gives a fuck, bro. Shit wouldn't even make the news, you know? So I understand that to be.
Where is that not making the news? Like,
a reality, bro, but I can't hide inside my house for the rest of my life. I can't deprive myself of having something nice out of fear. I refuse to let fear control my life. I'm someone who has almost died, bro. Several times in my life I have been.
Yes, because
Is this GTARP?
like Yes, we've all almost died in our lives for one reason or another. You didn't buy a $100,000 BMW M4 because you needed to stick it to the man, and I needed to show that I'm not scared. I'm unafraid. You bought it because of the status it gives you. Because when people look at your BMW, you think like, damn, that guy looks cool.
Fighting for my life. And when you get out of that, like when I had the car accident, I never wanted to drive again. And my pops
But you did though.
made me sit in one of his friend's cars that was the exact same car.
Dude, I guarantee you that somebody watching this video who was actually poor when they were growing up heard you say that and went, you guys got to drive cars? Okay? Poor people did not have cars in high school, all right? Like, what are we talking about? Maybe your parents had a car, but if you were really poor, and I mean really poor, you didn't get to have a car as a teenager. That's not how it worked.
In blue. I totaled a silver one. He made me sit in a dark blue, like a navy blue one, right as I got out of the hospital, bro. And was like, now you're gonna top it off. And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, you can't be afraid. You'll be anything, but you won't be afraid. You're gonna take this car and you're gonna take it all the way till it hits the.
What kind of car? Out of sheer morbid curiosity, what car were you driving in high school?
Limiter, and it can't go any faster anymore.
Chat, what car did you guys drive in high school? I drove a 1995 Ford Escort that I hit. The water pump broke like 4 times. Ridiculous. Car broke down on me more times than any other car in my life. Kia Picanto, a public bus, a bicycle, a 91 Civic. Yeah, a bicycle. Well, hey, man, that's what you got. I was happy to have my 95 Escort. Even though I had to work on it like crazy, I had more than the other kids did. Legs. See, my goats. You see how many people have it worse than you, Erk? Stop complaining like you've got it hard, man.
And that's exactly what I did. And as soon as I hit 40 miles per hour, I was terrified, bro. I was getting the shakes. I didn't know how to overcome it. I'm glad he did that. Same thing happened when I had my motorcycle accident.
You could afford a motorcycle?
Got up and I got back on that horse and I was like, phoom. Like on the way home, bro, I picked up my gas tank was dented on the R6. It was, I picked up pieces of fairing and shit, and I got on the bike and I told myself, as soon as I hit the gear on this thing, I'm bolting, bro, because if you don't get that fear out of you, you'll never do it again. So I don't mind letting people know where I'm at, bro.
I see. So you had an accident when you were young in a car that was bought for you. And that made it okay for you to buy a $100,000 BMW M4 at the age of 34 and then custom wrap it. I'm tracking now.
Bro, I invite everybody on my stream, my people. Like I don't mess with anybody. I don't bring bad energy toward anybody. I don't hurt anybody. So I very much invite people to come see me, man, because I love you guys and I want to see you guys, you know. People know where I'm at, bro.
Are you doing a shout out for your card shop right now? Oh, yeah? I bet you wouldn't do that while buying cards from my store, pussy. Oh! Yeah, you wouldn't do that.
What's up? Go on Google, type in our business name, call the business number.
There's no way you're going to give the business hours to. There's...
and say, hey, when's Erk going to be there? I want to come by and say what's up. Be like, hey, man, I watch your YouTube videos. Hey, man, you know, this and that.
See, the reason he's telling you where he lives, because no content creator should ever do this, by the way. The reason he's telling you where he is because he wants you to come visit him so that one of his fans will be like, hey, I watch your YouTube videos, and he can feel that like it's a status thing. We talked about it before. It's straight up the BMW, the chains, the jewelry, the designer clothing. It's all status. He needs to feel that. Like,
I want to give you a hug, dog. I want to take a photo with you, you know? because that's love, bro. You know, like one of my viewers that's always like talking shit to me, Hero, bro.
And I love how you're like, oh yeah, I don't have a problem with people wanting to come shoot me. Here's my address though, just in case you're thinking about it.
Keep saying it's gonna pass by, and I'm like, bro, come on, dog. Come say hi to Papa Erkulez, bro. You know? Like, that's just the kind of person that I am, bro. There's streamers that hide from it and that are fearful and live their lives.
They intentionally fearful. Yes, you should be scared. Because it only takes one absolutely deranged psychopath to destroy your life or the people that you love. It only takes one. You can be the most positive content creator in the entire world. 99.999999% of people love your content, love what you do, love you to death. But in the off chance that exactly one mentally ill person that just got released on their 9th felony, who's like a psych patient, decides that they don't like you, they can come kill you.
Unable to move and do things in a constant state of anxiety.
Like,
and then there's people like I Show Speed, bro, that's out there, not even here, bro. It's out there in third world countries in Africa somewhere in the.
Because in Africa, when he's in the middle of Africa, the chances that somebody has even seen his content are 0%. Okay, number one. And number two, if any of Speed's haters happen to fly all the way to Africa, they still couldn't find him because he's in Africa. He's also got a huge, like entourage of security, like massive, dozens of people.
Philippines, all over the planet.
He is scared.
Hugging people and, you know, and sitting down and eating food with people. And that's how I've always been, bro. When I've been all over the world, I've been internationally all over the world, bro. I've been to the slums of the Philippines, bro. And
he went on vacation in the Philippines at some point, bro. So
sat down and ate with poor people, bro.
all of the Filipino people watching this. Hey, what? Look, I didn't say it. What are we doing?
And had my watch on and had my shit on and broke bread with them and bought them shit and you know, told them I love them, bro.
You taught him the way of the white man, like there's some sort of African tribe. See, you know somebody has not lived in a minority or poor neighborhood when this is the way that they talk about poor people, right? They're like, oh my God. If they talk about black people in America, like, again, we have to teach them the way of the white man. We have to show them that they can't go get their own driver's license. Minorities don't know how to get a driver's license. They don't know how to get an ID. Okay? Like, what are we talking about? I dare you to go to the hood right now. Actually, don't do this because you'll get shot. But if you go to the hood right now and you ask the first black guy that you see if he is smart enough to figure out where the DMV is, you will be shot repeatedly until you stop moving. Okay? And then he will tell you, and then he'll point up the street. Okay? I would argue that in a minority neighborhood, they know where the DMV is more than white people do in white neighborhoods because they have to go there more frequently. And they got to walk there. And it's easier to remember where shit is when you're poor because you have to walk over to it. Because that's what living in a minority neighborhood actually means. You're poor. Like super poor.
And that's the kind of person that I am. And Blue's right. That can get me killed one day, bro. But
yeah, and you just gave him your address.
But we all gotta die, man.
No, you need to edit the address out in post. You need to just mute it.
And respect goes to those who choose how they die. You know what I'm saying?
What are we talking about? What is happening?
Saying, if I go out that way, I want that to be my story, and I want to go out that way. I want, you know,
you want to be gunned down at the DMV.
Like, nobody wants their kid to be Steve Irwin, bro. Let's be.
Yeah, they do. What do you mean? Steve Irwin was massively successful. He was a global sensation of a human being, a national treasure. You're right. You don't want him to die to a stingray, but you also, yeah, you do.
Real. Nobody wants their kid to be that guy. Like I was my mother's worst nightmare, bro. You know, like nobody wants their kid to be
Yeah, we know.
dying all the time, doing stupid shit. I was literally the kid you couldn't keep alive, you know, getting attacked by dogs around every corner, like just up all the time, bro. And I never let it slow me down. I got back up, I went out there and I had fun.
That's right, because you were a big kid and it was tough to slow you down more than you were already doing. Had to do it.
And I loved it, you know, and nobody wants Steve Irwin as a kid because nobody wants their baby, their kid, their child. Nobody wants their brother, their uncle, their dad, their nephew to dive into a swamp with a literal apex predator, prehistoric dinosaur that wants to eat them and try to bring that creature out with your bare hands. Nobody wants that. But the world needs Steve Irwins. You know, the world needs people that are willing to do dangerous things, that are not willing to compromise their morals. And
You are not doing anything your job is to sit in an
I'm not leaving.
I'm not leaving. Your job is to sit in an air-conditioned room in front of in a cushy chair in front of a monitor and play video games or record yourself talking. You are not doing dangerous work. You don't have hazard pay.
And how they, you know, carry themselves or go about life, bro, that want to achieve amazing things. So that's another thing that me and Blue are super different at, bro. And you know, has to be different, and there has to be different outlooks in people. And
I'm just gonna go to the next clip.
I think that's perfectly fine. That's okay.
That's not $100,000. You spent like $3 or $4 grand on a custom paint job. No way that the guys at the body shop.
10. It was.
It went so far over his head. It went so far over his head that he literally, it didn't even flip his hair up as it went by. Didn't even graze it. $10,000 to turn your car into that.
It was like 10. And it's not a paint job, it's a wrap. Painting
your car going, God damn, what the they're like, it's so beautiful. Oh God. They were probably crying as they ripped the little film up. God, it's so disgusting. It's what he wants. They're paying us good money. Like
this is what you gotta love, Blue, bro. I got my car wrapped by Custom Kings, Jacksonville. And I think there's a video somewhere on my channel, if I'm not mistaken, that has like the wrap process. They absolutely loved my car, dude.
No, they loved your money. No, they don't. They love your money. There is just, dude, again, it's all status.
They were so happy.
Thank God that this is paying us $10,000 for the most complicated wrap in the history of the world.
Happy to have a project like this because they have always had single colored wraps and they'd never done something.
And they had never done this before, and this gave them an opportunity to do a wrap that was many different colors, and if they f it up, it literally can't look any worse than it's supposed to.
Artistic or exciting like this. It was a challenge for them. It was a new project. They posted it on all their socials. They still repost it sometimes. So they were really happy with the project. This is just one of those things that's an example, bro. Like, Blue is such a phenomenal creator. Again, I will never stop giving him his flowers. And this is why you guys watch him. Because this is what Blue Squadron is. He is an entertainment powerhouse. And you guys love watching him, bro. That's why his following continues to grow, and he's so big and he's so electrifying and just filled with expression. And this is what he's good at. I'm not good at shit like that. I'm only good at being myself. And what you find on my channel and what you find when you watch my videos is me. Authenticity is all I have to offer, bro. Like, I can just tell you about my life experiences, my thoughts, my opinions, my philosophies on things. and I'm not so much of a character, you know? And that's okay. We're different people. So I watch things like this, and a lot of people that were watching this were kind of getting upset or whatever, but I understand.
I just want to be clear. This is the shop that he said he did his thing, and he said that he had the post all over social media. I am at posts that are, how old is this post? How old are these posts? Well, this is only 9 weeks, so I suppose it's, I don't know why the these are out of order. Normally it's chronological. I haven't seen a single post. And these guys post a lot. So there's a decent chance that it is posted, but
I've had conversations with Blue.
Oh God.
This is his job. This is his bread and butter. I am not making money off making this video. Blue makes money off making his videos. This is,
dude, don't give away my business model. What are you doing right now? I'm like, bro, you're giving me I'm like a literally walking COD emote right now. Like, what are we doing?
his livelihood. He needs to go against the grain. He needs to, you know, be entertaining.
That's not true. I agree with people all the time.
Drama is entertaining. It's like the Kardashians have built $1 billion family
off of being mentally, and all of the hate watchers that watch them everything up all the time.
Multi-billion-dollar family off of entertainment, and he is a great entertainer. He is a much better entertainer than I am.
Wait, am I the Kardashians in this analogy?
Oh no, am I? I am, and
no, am I a whore?
Probably than I will ever be, and that's okay.
I have to be
so
having
when you guys
sex,
send me this stuff and
dude.
you guys are upset for me, just understand that I'm not upset, bro. I understand that he's gonna do shit like this, man, and that he's just gonna be funny and entertaining about it.
Like, but I'm also being honest.
See, look at how much fun he's having. He's cracking himself up, bro. He's dying laughing. He's having a good time. I'm enjoying the video. I'm having a good time. You guys are really enjoying this video. So
remember to give it
I
a
just
like.
wanted to make this video to clarify and to clear the air that I'm not upset, nor will I be upset at Blue Squadron for anything he says, and that we're good. We're always going to be good.
We are, well, good is such a relative term.
You guys wouldn't be watching this video if it wasn't for Blue Squadron. So I'm grateful, eternally grateful for that, and I'm happy about it. I just have a different perspective. I have a different outlook on life, and we're never going to agree on things, but that doesn't mean we can't love each other and hang out one day. I dream of the day when we can hang out and we can just shoot the shit, bro, and have a fun time, you know?
I'm technically going to be down in Florida in December of this year for a wedding with my duo queue partner from League of Legends. He's getting married. So I'm going down to Florida to be at his wedding. If I go to Erkulez' shop, I will try to live stream it for you. I'll be in Orlando.
And the same for a lot of other BDO creators, bro. Like if I had to name off some BDO creators just off the top, you know, like I love Blue Squadron, I love Lunai, BDO, Lunai. Like, dude, if
that guy hates my ass. Holy shit, he hates my ass.
I got to hang out with
not Lunarlay, it's Lunai. It's the guy, it's the life skilling guy who said that you should always be buying pen debos and transitioning them to Karazad because it's objectively better, and he like died on that hill, only to immediately make a video like 2 months later and be like, yeah, you should go to pen Karazad, like Blue said, and then you can choose to do pen debos.
Lunai for a day, that would be perfect, bro. I really love Foibs too.
Foibs is a sweetheart. She's kind of a unit.
A really good creator. She's just so chill. Like I like throwing on Foibs to stream because her taste in music is absolutely phenomenal. I really like
Frank, who's just resubscribed for 2 months.
That's cold. That's cold right there.
Her takes on life. Like, she's someone who has a lot of wisdom and who's very gentle with the way she says things to people. And that resonates with me. It's more like on my avenue, you know, where I have a lot of similar takes in life. I'll continue, shall we?
What's a vacation, bro? Since I became a content creator, there is no vacation. There are days in which I am like bed rotting, trying to recover my mental so that I can come back to streaming. But I've not gone to Hawaii. That's crazy. That's like thousands of dollars. What the are we talking about? Even when I went to China and Europe, that was not a ask Note if that was a vacation. His answer would probably be yes and no. Yeah, there were aspects of it that felt like vacation, but it was a work trip. We were doing work. That's the whole point. I've gone on trips for the business. Okay. The trip to Europe, to the Heidelball. I'm nothing but consistent. Trip to China, the business. You could technically call them vacation. But I'm going to be honest with you, we're filming, doing all this crazy shit the whole time. Mr. Full-Time Streamer, off!
With this guy, it's awesome that, you know, a larger creator found me and stuff like that. That's where I notoriously called him Blue Dragon for the first time. And then.
And now you just brought it back. Honestly, Blue Dragon is still better than Blue Square. I'm taking that W. I did not know what the... How in the is my name this hard for people? I've got the like CEO of Pearl Abyss, or like the dev team of Pearl Abyss. They're like, who's your favorite BDO creator? And they go, oh, I like Blue Square. I like Blue Square. How is it this hard? I got this Cuban who's like, oh yeah, Blue Dragon. Guys, Squadron. But that was the lesser of two evils, because now the official Black Desert channel keeps commenting on my videos saying, hey man, great video, Blue Square.
Oh God.
And I can't prove it, but I know it's Ronan. So real, dude. I know it's Ronan.
That stuck. And even the official Pearl Abyss YouTube channel commented on a video.
Because and the reason they do that, for those of you that don't know, is because a developer for Pearl Abyss, they're literally they're in like interviewing live on the air. They're interviewing a developer for Pearl Abyss. Happened in the last few months. They're like, who's your favorite BDO content creator? Like, who's the most impressionable video content creator? And the guy goes, oh, I really like Blue Square.
Bro. The disrespect.
Literally, I'm a walking like to emote. It's not disrespect. Honestly, the disrespect was not picking one of the BDO partners. Picks the only guy that's not a BDO partner. Please tell me he's talking about Divios.
True. I created a monster when I did the Blue Dragon thing, man. I don't know if someone done it before, but clearly Pearl Abyss ran with that. And they're like, we didn't know it was okay to do something like that. And now it looks like he's getting it from everywhere, bro. But I hope he's enjoying it, though.
No, the guy that threw up during Siege. I hate everything.
Time out. He threw up during Siege. That's not real, bro.
We can skip the... It is not real. I would never throw up on stream. That's against TOS. His financials to me. He laid out the situation. And I explained it in plain English exactly what I felt he should do. Yep.
He did. He was clear and blunt about it.
Going on dates with other... As you might expect I would be when someone comes to me and it's like, Blue, I'm $150,000 in debt. I need to know how to monetize my 34 viewers so that I can get out of debt. And I told him, you get a job. And he said, what if I just charge each of them $25,000? And I said, well, if that works. People let me in. No, I try to help other content. That's why my DMs are open too. And please don't take advantage of that. If you DM me right now, I'll block you. But like, you know, smaller creators DM me, they ask me for advice. I try to help them. If they're like, hey man, I really need your help. Can I get in a call with you? I try to help them. I do. I try to help them as much as I can. But at a certain point, it's entirely up to you. Right? And I've tried to help him. Are you showing off? We're talking about the fact that you're bankrupt. You're talking about the fact that you're bankrupt. I'm talking about the fact that you're bankrupt. And future you is holding up coconut water. Dude, you don't even have enough money for real water. Why the are you drinking coconut water? And now that he said it, I'm more than happy to explain. Yeah, he came to me. He came to me about multiple different things, investing in new business strategies that he's got, or helping him with financials and everything else. And again, like, he's taken my advice here. He is. I mean this in the sincerest way possible. I don't mean to toot myself the up, but I'm going to tell you right. Okay, so I'm looking for his commentary on any of this shit, bro. Somebody that's been doing it for like 10 years. Okay, like, I don't know. I've been doing this for less than half the time that even somebody like Choice has. Yeah. Okay. Okay, hold on. Here's a big ramp. Okay, so what did I say here? You're an entertainer. I just.
Oh my God, dude.
You say that like it's my best Apex game ever, but like, damn, that bar is low.
For having played the game.
Damn.
Look, bro, in my defense, I play Apex differently. I try to land.
Oh my God, bro. The last time we heard we play differently here. What are you, a cop and what for the Forks Police Department? What's
hot? I try to I play ranked and we stay in plat, right? We stay between, you know, the highest we get is plat 1 for several seasons now. We've been diamond before, but we play for the love of the game, bro. We drop hot.
That is, yeah.
Hot, surrounded by people, survive waves of people, and I do stupid things, but I go for damage. That's my thing. Like, I play Apex for damage. Like, I just want to see if I can pump out this much damage. I'm not playing to achieve a certain rank or a certain anything. And what he's talking about, I laughed because this has happened time and time and time again, bro.
Well, at least everybody knows I'm not lying.
Like, I squirrel brain and I just cannot stop myself. I'm a loot goblin, bro.
Dude, what is this racism test that people keep taking? I have people in my guild and like other guilds are like taking this racism test and they're like, I only scored a 65. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? They're like, I'm only 65% racist. I think I'm going to take it again when I study more.
Like, we have a rule when we play. There's people that won't play with me, and I that's fine. I respect it. But we play fast hands. If we both see it, first person to pick it up wins.
That being said, we did have somebody with a perfect score. So, beat that.
Bro, and that's the rules that we play by. Like, me, B, and Pseudo always play together. Those are the rules. They agitate some people, but we're.
I don't think that you like BDO. I think that you like the popularity that you get from BDO, the status that you get from BDO. The it's all about looks. That's my opinion. People that like BDO leave Velia. Exactly.
Everyone else does, you know. I agree with him there.
Okay. All right. Yeah, people that like BDO leave Velia. Like, it's a bad example. I thought that I was standing and idle. That's my bad.
It's no secret. I'm a very transparent person, and I let everybody know that I chat GPT'd it, and I was like,
I'm not linking you a test for racism in my Twitch chat.
What game can I get ahead? Doing pay to win so I don't have to invest as much time. Started playing BDO, yada yada. My plan, you guys know the story. With the popularity that I got, or the wave that I was riding off of Blue reacting to my stuff, then I was like, okay, I need to lock in with this game. I would say it's fair to say that I didn't really love BDO.
No. What? Say that ain't so. What? No.
But
holy scammer. Holy. But you redeemed so many pearls.
I learned to love BDO because I loved the community aspect. Like he said, the popularity, you know. I think popularity is like a dirty way of saying it because it's just like,
is it?
I don't know. makes it sound like Kardashian, like, you know, I liked interacting with people. I like talking to chat. I like the
It is the status. It is the Kardashians. That's ideally what you want. I played BDO for like, I don't know, 5 years or something before I ever streamed it, because I just love of the game, baby. Just love the game. Like,
social experience of it. That's what I really enjoyed. And I say that all the time, that I really enjoyed my stream
social
community
experience.
more than I enjoyed the gaming.
chat, I
a lot
love
of
the
time.
social experience of my chat.
Toward the end of it though, like I was trying to kind of like do the thing.
I
you
think
know?
that all BDO players can agree that the reason they're playing BDO is because it's a social experience. Right, guys? We are all very social when we play our massive multiplayer online game, Black Desert Online.
And I was playing more of it. I tried hunting. I tried this and that. And I
Where's my peripheral emote? Wait. Oh, never mind. Okay, we're good.
was learning.
I thought for a second my peripheral emote was gone. I was like, bro, we got to go back. Okay, we're trying to appeal to a younger audience. We need that emote.
To like the game. I was learning to be able to play it for longer periods of time, having fun, finding different things. There was a lot left that I wanted to do in BDO that I didn't get the chance to. So I agree that I played it because
On God, peripheral type shit, 6-7.
that's where my audience was. That having not been the case, I would have probably not spent anywhere near as much money. I wouldn't have kept dumping into it. And I would have probably just stuck to WoW Classic and Apex Legends. But I tried that.
Whoa!
You know, streaming. And
That's what I get for that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just I'm answering some DMs on the other screen. That's my bad.
my numbers would cripple, dude. Like I could have 175 people watching me play BDO. 4 or 5 hours later, swap to Apex, 6 viewers. Swap to World of Warcraft, 8 to 12 viewers, you know? So it's kind of like if I wanted that community experience and I wanted to have conversations with people and I wanted to have an interactive chat and not just sit there and play the game talking to people in my party, then I would have most definitely played another game. But
Okay, well, I'm glad you were willing to admit it at least. Okay, here we go. All right, next statement. I'm not letting him ramble this whole time, guys. Gamers is because we actually just love gaming more than we love women. And oh, baby, are you guys ready for the based alert? Are you guys ready for the? This is about, bro. I can tell you right now, I made some people really mad when I said this.
in the driver's seat of the Lambo, just bloop, 100 bands, you know? I want to be able to do that for somebody, bro. I want to work. I work to have an increased herd. It makes, and that's what I'd like to say. Gaming.
I'm gonna have, okay, I need everybody that's super politically correct and loves women to go ahead and mute the stream right now. I'll give you a, I'm warning you, yeah, thumbs up when you can come back. The reason that bitches say that they hate men that are gamers is because we actually just love gaming more than we love women in almost every case. Okay.
Pause.
We do.
We? Who?
Yes.
Who's we? Not me.
The vast majority of men would rather stay home and play video games than go to a bar and try to meet a woman. Chat, how many of you would rather do that? The overwhelming majority of men would rather, even women, they don't want to do it either, right? Like, all of us would rather stay home for like 8 different reasons. One, we're too poor to go to the bar anyway. Do you know how every drink at the bar is like $8 to $15? Right? Then I got to pay for her drinks too. That's a pain in the ass. Right? Like, you stay home, you just play BDO, so we're chilling, bro. You just chill out in Discord. Honestly, maybe you're lucky you get a Discord e-kitten, join the call. Maybe you get some e-pussy. Sure, they've got a penis, but you know what? You can imagine that they don't. It's online anyway. Who gives a shit?
No way, bro. Like, there is no shot that I would turn down some time with someone for some gaming, bro.
I have done it. I bet I've done it. I've done it in the last 24 hours. I would almost always rather just be gaming. Like, I had meetings all Monday. I would rather have been gaming. I'm going to be honest. There was one time I was laying in bed with one of my first girlfriends in college. I was a StarCraft 2 gamer back then. StarCraft 2 was huge. And she's laying in bed. And she goes, "Hey, I've told the story before. Hey, if you were in the middle of a StarCraft 2 match, if you were in the middle of a StarCraft 2 match and I wanted to have sex with you, would you come have sex with me?" I'm like, "Honey, is it ranked or normals?" She's like, "What do you mean? Is it ranked or normals?" I'm like, "The ladder is not going to climb itself. You can wait the extra like 10 minutes. It's going to take me. I'll cheese him. I will. I'll cheese him. But you can wait." Like you just chill out, okay? I mean,
It's not
the ladder is not going to climb itself. All right, like Jesus.
happening, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's just me.
This is why you're single. I hope that someday I have a wife that understands why I need to finish my ranked match before I can come have sex with her and plow her into the next universe. God willing.
I am of the mindset that there is nothing on God's green earth that mankind loves more than women.
In fairness, if I get like what I'm really doing is I'm saving her the trouble. Because if I stop in the middle of my rank queue or in the middle of what I'm doing from gaming, I'm going to be you and I'm going to try to make it quick because I need to get back to the computer. But if I wait and I finish up just a few more minutes, then I can turn my attention completely to what I'm doing with you. So it's better for both of us.
I'm sorry, bro. Look at Tiger Woods. Look at Jeff Bezos.
Do you think that Tiger Woods is going to stop in the middle of a golf tournament to go have sex with his wife?
Look at Drake.
Also, aren't they all divorced? Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. What?
All the millions he gave his baby mama, paying her $700K a month in child support.
Do you think he wants to do that? You just gave a great narrative for why men hate women. What are we talking about? I'm not even talking about that, bro. Like, yeah, look at him. Yeah, he has to spend $700K in child support every month because he had sex one time.
Like, men chase power and fortune to facilitate the acquisition of women.
Not necessarily wrong. But in the last, that is thousands of years old, but in the last 10 years, men have realized that women don't want anything to do with us, and women hate us. So we still love women, but in order to protect ourselves from the constant barrage of men, we hate men, men are the worst, men are the problem, we just play video games because at a certain point, we can just jack off. We would love to be in a relationship with women. We would love to have a wife. We would love to take care of our families. We would love to have kids. We'd love to protect them, provide for them. Women don't want anything to do with us anymore. That's why we game. So you're right. We do game because of women. But ironically enough, it's because they hate us. And so we just choose to game because they don't want anything to do with us. So what are we supposed to do about it?
In large part.
Most women don't need us, so we stop trying. When you say don't need us, they're in the around phase of finding out. Okay, they're not quite at finding out, but they do. If all of the men in the world stopped working tomorrow, millions of people around the world, just for one day, millions of people around the world would die. You would not have running water. You would not have electricity. There's no internet. There's no AC. There's nothing. Okay? Millions and millions of people would die. You need men. Women absolutely need men. You do. And men absolutely need women. We complement each other. We used to understand this most basic fact that men are required for certain things like physical strength and protection, and women are required for other things like nurturing, loving, teaching, and raising a family. Both things together are required for a functioning society. When you take away one or you devalue what one of them is doing, it makes one of them upset. It's just the truth. We need each other, but only one gender seems to understand that right now. We're all just waiting for women to come back to the table and be reasonable. We're going to die alone. We're going to die alone.
There's always some kind of factor that's there, bro. That's in the back of the mind. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the case for me, bro. I've been blessed to always had like really, really good luck with women. I've never had issues, you know, with partners, like finding partners. It's always been natural
Good for you, man. That's great. What does this have to do with anything?
to me. But there's no scenario where gaming supersedes women. That's just impossible in my life, bro.
Brother, you just spent the last like 2 years of your life trying to be a full-time content creator and completely ignoring your wife. Do you think that she wouldn't want to be spending time with you instead of you streaming for 10 hours a day playing Apex Legends to 15 people?
Bro, like, this is the way I view life, right? Philosophically.
I would argue that you put gaming in front of your own wife intentionally because she probably sometimes, and this is going to sound crazy, but sometimes women can be overbearing, and so men just need to step away from them and play video games to get the away from them. So even if you're in a relationship, you still need the gaming. Because being able to separate from your significant other, even if for a short period of time, is a healthy thing. It's important that you both have your own hobbies. It's important that she has something in her life that lets her step away from you, because Lord knows men can be mentally assholes a lot of the time. And women need their own spaces to get away from that sometimes, because we're ridiculously hard to deal with sometimes. And that by that same token, women are incredibly difficult to deal with sometimes. Men need their own spaces. Gaming is one of those spaces.
God is our creator. We are made in the image of our creator. Therefore, we are creators. Human history supports this. All we have done on this planet is create things, right? We build buildings and art and this and sciences and engineering and everything. We just build things.
What are we doing here?
The one thing that we can't surpass in our ability to create is the creator himself. And try
what the is happening
as we might, we have not been able to make anything ourselves that surpasses in beauty and desire.
Sometimes I'll start a sentence and I don't even know where it's going. I just hope I find it along the way, like an improv conversation.
In anything, bro, the perfection that is the female body, you know, that's my personal opinion. I think women are.
I think we absolutely have created things that are the perfection of the female body. Hold on, I've got a couple for you right here. Hold on, I've got a couple things. Hold on, there's one that looked great. I mean, I could think of a couple hentai. There's AI porn comes to mind. I've got, you know, I vacation coming. That's part of BDO. What do you want from me? That's BDO content.
Beautiful, and to me,
it's
like
literally one of the outfits in the game. I'll show it to you right now.
Aerosmith, bro. There goes my.
That's literally an emote in the game.
Girlfriend and another diamond ring. You know, just like the Aerosmith lyrics. Like it's what it is, bro. Men are literally willing to give away hundreds of thousands, hundreds of millions, billions of dollars.
We are to women. We absolutely are. The craziest thing is that, do you know why men go to war? Why do men go to war? For women. Do you know why men get really powerful jobs? Women. Do you know why men like to make money? To provide for their family and women, so that they can have a family someday. It's the way that it goes. But the reality of current society is that we want to do all of these things. And the craziest thing is that we used to make fun of, like, 20 to 30 years ago, I wouldn't say we made fun of, but we used to talk about how women dreamed of how they would get married someday and have kids and have a husband that loved them and supported them, and they would raise those kids. They fantasized about it. Now you fast forward to today's society and it's actually reversed. You have the men fantasizing about someday finding a woman that just cares about them. She doesn't need to be a supermodel. She doesn't need to be crazy, impossibly attractive. She just needs to love and support them, love and support him, and then have his children and help raise his children. And then he dreams about protecting them. He dreams about providing for them. That's how it is now. Now it's the men doing the daydreaming because the women don't want anything to do with us. So yeah, you're right, Erk. Most of what we do is sexually driven. But the reason that people game, the reason that men game, is because they don't want anything to do with us anymore.
For a woman. Like, think about all the mansions, yachts, data centers men have been willing to pay a higher price. And that's going back, bro. Look at Helen of Troy. Superpowers of the time were willing.
Oh, you must mean, you mean this person. This person right here. Absolutely right. Kingdoms would go to war for this mid-4 right here. Men absolutely would. Absolutely just march to battle. Hundreds of thousands of men died for this Greek, definitely Greek, historically accurate person.
To go to war over one woman, you know? How many people died, bro, because of Helen, you know? And I always make...
Apparently, not all of them. They thought that they thought that war ended back in the Roman time, or whenever the fuck, the ancient Greece, whenever the fuck that happened. They thought that war ended back then, but little did they know that a movie was going to be made about Helen of Detroit someday, and people were going to keep dying.
The joke, bro. Like, if I was ever transported back in time,
Erkulez just sent me this fucking Erkulez. Guys, Erkulez just... Look, one of us is in the top slot for a reason. Haters gonna hate.
rank 1 goal, bro. I need to see Helen, bro. I need to see what that was about. I gotta know, bro. I gotta know what everybody threw down and sling swords for, bro. Like, it's got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's specific moments in time.
The funny thing is, technically, Helen of Troy couldn't have been attractive. It's possible that she was not attractive. It doesn't really matter, though. It's very likely that she was probably one of the most attractive women of that age. But men will go to war for women, even if their woman is like a 5 or a 6 on like the physicality scale. It means everything to them. And to the right man, they will absolutely march to war for you.
Time, dog.
And every woman should be looking for the guy that would march to war for them. That's the reality.
Like, in her prime, you know, like Angelina Jolie was like a modern day Helen.
What the are we doing right now? You're talking about gooning to Angelina Jolie. We're lost. We've lost the plot. Dude, he's talked about this forever. What the call each other the N-word, whatever. It's very difficult to fit in. Wait, what am I talking about here? I just saying that was...
Not everyone's going to agree with your viewpoint on things, and that's perfectly fine.
Okay, I wasn't going to put it that way. They hate that men have a peaceful space that they can't be a part of. That's what he said that. He said that. He said that, not me. He said that. It was true, but he's the one that said it. Don't look at me. Very, okay, is a better, more concise way of putting it. That's a married man right there. That guy gets it. What did I just say? That was a much more concise way of saying it. They can't get involved in our gaming space because, bro, you get in a voice with the boys, you're calling them F slurs. Everybody's calling each other the N-word, whatever. It's very difficult to fit in. Right? Very difficult to fit in. Gaming, I mean, like cars and shit. Yeah, bro, they get involved in that. MTG, oh yeah, they pull guys away from that. Religion, yeah, they can pull guys away from that. Gaming's tough. Gaming's tough for women to compete with. But in fairness, if you're a woman watching this, which by my analytics, at least 2% of you are. 2%. W2%. W2%. Can we get some W's in chat for the women? W's in chat, women. You shouldn't want to try to compete with the male-dominated space. It's good that your man actually has hobbies that don't involve you. In fact, one of my criteria for dating a woman is having a pulse, but also having your own hobbies that you're interested in that I am not interested in.
A pulse.
Like your own shit. Because if you're only interested in shit that I'm interested in.
And I don't want to get into too much detail, but I will say this, that what he said is not wrong. When it comes to locker room talk, right? It's just something.
Yeah. And guild, I'm going to be honest with you, guild voice, when you're in Discord with your boys, it's basically the locker room. Okay, that's basically, but none of us are naked.
Thing that men talk about a lot more comfortably than women maybe engage in conversation with. And I was recently
none of us can see each other naked.
A part of a group where, without giving too much information, message exchanges were happening, and it was like all the boys were on board and with the shits, and like we're all just gonna have fun and do this thing. And then immediately, before anything, the train wasn't even moving, bro. It was like as soon as the passengers were loaded, you know, a girl was like, hey, going forward, could we not say X, Y, Z words, and could we?
Oh, God. I'm going to get banned. I'm going to get banned. It's going to, bro, am I going to take a 7-day vacation because I say what I think on this? Am I taking the 7-day vacation here? If a woman came into my space, me and the boys, so she's a guest, she's here, and she tries to tell us how to speak, I would probably tell her to kill herself in Minecraft. Because here's the reality of the situation. If a guy walks into a beauty parlor or a beauty salon where you're like walk into a woman's space, right? The difference between the two genders is that a guy walks into a woman's space and one, he probably doesn't want to be there, or two, he's probably not going to correct the women. You shouldn't get that nail color. You shouldn't be doing nails that way. You can't get that nail color. You can't talk that way. How inappropriate would it be for a man to walk into a woman's space and tell them how to speak? How inappropriate would it be for a man to walk into a woman's space and tell them how to act? And so you come into our space and you're going to try to tell us how to talk, how to act, how to feel. We're done with that shit. Get the out of here. Like, you have your space. We don't try to up your world. And if we do, we will beat the shit out of that guy. Because women should have women's spaces where there's no men. Yes, that's healthy. That's a good thing. And men should have men's spaces where there's no women, because that's healthy.
Not talk about these things, and could we keep the standard?
True. You can't have nails that long. They make me feel unsafe. I feel like you're going to stab me like Cruella de Vil.
And that's where
if I did that, I would expect to be stabbed to death by one of those nails.
Things get kind of murky, right? Because
again, I love looking over at my kick chat, dude. It gasses me the up. Every time I think I'm not being funny enough, I just look right over here at my boy. It's my guy right here. This is it. I'm like, I knew that was funny. Thanks, man. Yeah, W kick chat. Hell yeah, brother.
Because dream scenario, the boys are like, yo, let's build a video game, let's build a company, and then we're gonna do this, and it's gonna be gangster, and then we're all in it, and we're doing all this cool shit, and we're like, yeah, And oftentimes when a girl gets introduced to the space, the guys feel like they're walking on eggshells, like they can't be themselves.
Don't look now, but you just described why modern gaming is so dog shit. Why modern game development is so ass. Because all of the game development teams went from literally no women and men making games to literally all women making games for men.
Like they can't talk the way they would normally talk. It's like
you can have 100 men in call with each other, all talking to each other about shit. Everybody's having a great time, blah, 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 blah. Everyone's dogging on each other. One woman joins the call and says anything remotely like, hey, that was offensive. Can you please not do that to me? And the whole call will go dead silent. Because only one of the two genders is being respectful. And it's not the woman there. It's not our job to make our space inclusive for you. If you want to be in our space, we're okay with it. But you don't get to tell us what to say and do in our space.
We would normally be having this conversation in a certain way. So now we have to have it, even though there's 20 of us. If this other one person is here that is uncomfortable by any of this, then we can no longer have this conversation in this way. And then everyone, because of that one person, everyone has to show up and feel like they're walking on eggshells and not be themselves. And the authenticity dies, the passion for projects die, and things get a little complex. So that's something that's never going to go away. And as men, we should always...
It absolutely can go away. But you're not going to like how we get that to go away. You're not going to like it. You have to remove women from the equation in order to bring the creativity back. You're not supposed to say that.
Obviously respect spaces with women in them, and just keep things kosher, bro.
Why do we need to respect spaces with women in them when it's our space? They don't respect us in their space, as they shouldn't. We go into their space and start telling them how to do everything that I expect them to run us down like dogs. We deserve it. And the vice versa is also true.
That's a thing that I've noticed a lot in life, that the things that are acceptable around men that we don't find offensive or whatever, like we have thick skin when it comes to shit. We poke fun at each other, we make fun of each other and all these things. And girls are accustomed to growing up with a barrier or more of a shield from those things. And when those things happen, then they're made uncomfortable. But boys grow up that way our whole life. And because
men are more logical creatures and women are more emotional. Both things are good in their own right. Being more emotional makes you a better loving, more nurturing, caring teacher and parent, right? But being more logical helps you separate logic from emotion so that you can make more rational decisions about big picture things. Both of them have their advantages.
Again, like the difference in culture between male-led spaces and female-led spaces is a real thing that inevitably needs to be factored in and affects, the workplace, and affects a school environment, and affects a social circle and things like that, inevitably.
Not describe people as apes, okay? Because I've done that too many times. I used to just call people apes by default. Then I had Neptunes on the stream. I accidentally called them an ape and shit went downhill. Okay, you have to be careful about what the mannerisms that you're using to describe people are, because you might come off as accidentally racist.
Again, not something that applies to...
Accidentally being the key word, okay? It's very important that people understand that you are, in fact...
That's so messed up, dude. That we all just gotta chill, bro. Like, I don't understand the whole thing, Like,
did you just call us to chill?
We are apes, bro. We are one of the great ape species. Like,
walk into a minority neighborhood and say, we are apes. You might want to call 911 preemptively, though. He's like, oh, I met them on Fiverr. I'm like... Oh, here comes
Not
the
like this.
here comes the Indian
Oh, that's
fucking
hilarious.
editing team. Are they redeeming? He's like, yeah, they're from India. I'm like, oh my god.
They are not from India.
Do not redeem. Do not redeem. Do not redeem the card, Erk. Like, seriously, man. Like, the first thing I told him, I go, dude, cut the editing team. He goes, but I like having them like on retainer, $800 a month, but they just do whatever I want. They do whatever the I tell them to do when I tell them to do it. I'm like, okay, well, what do you tell them to do? They're like, they post on Instagram.
So, yeah, we had these conversations. Some of the facts are skewed here. It was a
Are
while
they?
ago,
Are they?
but they're not from India. Even
It doesn't matter where they're from.
though that's what he's been saying the whole time. He's like, you need
He told me that he was like, I'm pretty sure they're from India. That's what he told me.
to fire these Indian people immediately after I told them they're not Indian.
If it makes you feel any better, I don't care that they're Indian. They're scamming you.
But it is what it is, bro.
You're the
I
one
get
that
what
told
he's
me they were
saying.
from India.
Like, I understand. But my editing team is very much involved in everything I do, man. Like,
And you don't do very much, and that's the problem. You're not really what we would describe as a doer.
they're helping me build brands. They're helping me with everything, bro. And sure, they may be overpaid right now. They may be underpaid. Who knows? You know? But my word is worth a lot. And I am paying them till this day. They know that I'm struggling.
That's right. That's right. They
Noah
know he's
1104
struggling.
Chair Dex 100.
They know?
The scam is what makes them Indian, not their ethnicity.
They know that you're $100,000 in debt, and they're taking your money anyway. W scammer, as a scammer would. That's right. If my editing team knew that I was financially struggling and I wasn't making money on the business, do you know what they do? They don't get to make money either. That's part of running a business. I have to be making money. And if I'm making money, we make money. But if I'm not making any money, we're not making any money. That is how it works.
Till this day, they've reached out and told me, hey, we get it, bro. You know, like, you got to know when to let go, you know, like, they have reached out to me and told me, like, you know, no harm, no foul, bro.
Dude, even the scammers feel bad about scamming him. That's how bad this is. Like,
did this for years. You're going through right now, you know, we understand. You can lower our salaries, or, you know, they've gone.
Oh my God, you can lower our salary. So what they're saying is, well, you could pay us like $600 a month instead of $800. Like,
as far as to tell me, like, look, bro, if you got to let us go, you got to let us go. We understand. But if you need anything, we will still work for you. We'll still.
Because they're Fiverr, because they work on Fiverr, and if you need something commissioned, they will do it for money. Yeah, it's nothing special with you. I could go find some other random ass person on Fiverr. They'll do the same thing.
Do things for you, even if you can't pay us, because they understand the love I got for them. And, you know, they got love for me. And like I tell them, bro, I'm like, you guys are like my brothers, bro, you know, so I'll help keep food on your plate as long as I can. And that's a part of what, you know, what destroys me, that I have a good heart and I want to help people. That's why I do what I do.
His editing team has more money than he does. Like a lot more. Like a positive amount of money.
I want to help people and I want to be successful so that I can help people. And I tell them all the time, I'm like, I want you guys to be millionaires one day. You know, I want to make it so.
Even if that means I'm an anti-millionaire. Even if that means that I am negative $2 million in debt, as long as you guys are millionaires, that's what really matters to me.
Like, you guys can make it. I want to give you guys a life that you could never have imagined or dreamed of, you know, because I think you guys deserve it and you're hardworking, you know. And ultimately, man, I'm loyal to a fault. Loyalty is something that I've had almost none of in my life, even with my own family members.
You have a wife. What do you mean you don't have loyalty?
A lot of people have been disloyal to me through life.
What the or what is going on?
And loyalty is a virtue that I weigh so much heavier than a lot of the others, you know. And I've explained that to them. I'm like, loyalty to me is everything. And I try my best to be a man of my word. And if I say I'm going to do something, I will fight tooth and nail to do that thing that I said I was going to do. And there's been months where I've had to pay them late, you know, like max like 5-6 days late. But for the most part, I try to pay them on time, and I try to pay them well, and I am dying to find.
Yeah, sometimes I completely up the payment that I'm supposed to send a note in Pixel, and then I gotta send them more money, or I gotta be like, hey, yo, I actually sent you like way too much money.
Sung_clan shared Dex 100. This is the most contradicting delusional out of pocket, no script having, lost with satellite GPS, delusional no point having video I have ever seen. This guy is the embodiment of ADHD on a never-ending tangent.
Yeah, I know, but if you're watching this on YouTube in post, you're having a great time. It's a great day for the unemployed today. We're watching me react to Erkulez, who is then reacting to himself and me at the same time. And then I am reacting to myself and then Erkulez, but also Erkulez again.
Sure, I'll be worse. Maybe I'll be better. It doesn't matter, but I've already made it this far, and I'm grateful and thankful for that. Extremely.
Okay. I don't want to get into the specifics of this. I'm not going to, it's not my place. I know exactly what the fuck went on, but like, it's not, I'm not.
No.
He made some galactically stupid financial decisions, if you can believe it. I know that doesn't sound like Erkulez, but he did make some galactically stupid decisions. He's right. Beyond what I would consider like normal stupid. Like
now we're suddenly getting $10 to $20. And I agree with him. I'm not someone who tends to make healthy financial decisions because I have no.
That is a super kind way of saying it.
Financial literacy, and I'm just a guy that's doing the best he can with the hand he's dealt. You know, I don't know finances the way I should, and luckily I married someone who's way better, like way better than.
What do you mean she's way better? You're $200,000 in debt. What the f do you mean she's better? Y'all need to go on that Caleb Hammer podcast thing.
Me at it, and she's really who grounds us and who holds us down, bro, because without her I'd be absolutely lost in the ocean, you know. So again, bro, through it all, your boy is blessed, bro, to have, you know, the few good characters in my life that I have as friends and family, that the ones that throw down and are really here, you know, for it. So he's not wrong, bro. I'm not the smartest, you know. I'm a buffoon, dude. I'm a doofus, you know, and it doesn't mean that because I don't have certain skill sets that other people have that I don't deserve a chance at life, you know. But I will.
Nobody is telling you that you need to go kill yourself. We're just telling you that you need to dream reasonably.
Pay for my mistakes. Like, I will be punished for them as I currently am, and I will learn from them. And I may learn a lot slower than other people, but I'm still going to go through it, you know, and I'm going to try my best.
Again, immediately following this video, he made a video about his new apparel brand and then his new like supplement brand that definitely is going to be super successful. I told you this. You have got to take accountability. Jesus Christ. It was
And he kind of did right there.
In your control. 100%. It was within your control. You f***ed up on like 100 different levels and they stopped sending you product because of it.
That's wrong.
It's not.
He's absolutely wrong about that. I can wholeheartedly say that Blue Squadron has no clue what he's talking about. And he says he knows.
I bet I could open a card store tomorrow that would be more successful than this card store is here. I don't know shit about it.
He doesn't want to get into it. He is not a brick and mortar store the way that I am in this game the way that I am. And I never fucked up. And when I make my video,
I know that's how you get $200,000 in debt, is never making any mistakes. Yeah, you're right. You're not accountable for anything. It's their fault. It's always the fact that you can't get product, or the fact that you're doing this or that or the other thing. It has absolutely you haven't done anything wrong, man. You're right. No one's saying that all of the blame necessarily lies with you, right? Obviously, the suppliers for card stores are a pain in the ass to deal with, and you struggle to get some product sometimes. No question, right? And it's completely unfair. But also, how do you explain the fact that all the other card stores aren't $200,000 in debt? Oh, wait, that's right. Because they didn't make choices like you did.
About my business, I will bring receipts. I will bring how much I was spending on orders, emails that verify the things that I'm saying, point of sale logs to show you what sales looked like and all of that. This is not my fault. This is something that is happening. And when I make that video, I've been to one other local store. And that's because it's a store that the guy came over here before he opened his own store. And he asked me for advice. He asked me a couple questions, this and that. And then he ended up
Damn, that guy's store died too, huh?
having his own store. So I've passed by and I've run into
I bet he walked out of your store and he was like, damn, this is my competition. We're going to do well in this area.
this guy at a couple events, and we're cool. You know, he's a really nice guy. He's going through the same thing. All my customers that are going to other stores are telling me that all the stores are going through the same thing. We are all cooked right now, bro. In the TCG game, we are all cooked, and everybody at the top.
Okay, that's why everybody's selling One Piece right now. That's why the Pokemon. That's why when you're a card store, you have Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, One Piece, MTG, and every other card in between. Because if you try to lean on just one, it's unfair, and they don't give you enough product, and you get
Decides who wins and who loses, and we don't get a say in that. So again, he's going to have a differing opinion, but I'm living this right now. This is real life. This isn't like internet sensationalism. This isn't entertainment. This isn't like, let's make a video for views. This isn't my job. I'm doing this because I love it. I want to share things with you guys. And this is why I wanted to make this video and react to this, because I knew that things like this would come that are just wrong, you know? And like I said, bro, I've been
again, you're literally taking no accountability. You're like, I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just $200,000 in debt
of product and supply. And I will make that video, but it's going to take me a time to make it. And I want to make it right. I want to make it well, because it's going to be for my community and anyone else out there that is thinking about opening a store in this way, or going into business where they sell anything that anyone else is making.
My understanding was that his card shop couldn't open right away. So he ordered a bunch of product for Magic the Gathering. If you guys know about Magic the Gathering, I'm sure there's a few of you, at least a decent amount of you, that play MTG and are familiar-ish with the popular sets. This was going on right around the time that Final Fantasy had come out, which was a massive, massive set for Magic the Gathering. Well, he couldn't open up his store, so he couldn't sell any of his product for Final Fantasy. Well, when he was able to open up his store, like 6 months to a year later, all of that Final Fantasy product was worth like a fortune, like a massive amount of money. We're talking about collector booster boxes, normal box, all that shit, just all the product stuff, right? And so he was able to sell it at an incredible markup, which was a great thing. And then he wasted all of that money. He pissed away all of the money when the times were good. And now the times aren't so good anymore. You're going through Spider-Man, you're going through all this other shit, right? It's not as good, and so you don't perform as well. And so they don't send you as much product, which is not fair, because it's honestly their fault because the set sucks, right? And like, it's not fair because they're judging you poorly based on performance that, you know, blah, 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 blah. No one said it was fair, but it does mean that you did make a bunch of mistakes.
And I just want them to be aware that there is a chance that
that was how he described it to me. To be clear, that's what he told me. I don't know if any of that is true, but that's what he explained to me. That's my understanding of like the whole first part of the business.
Product dries up and your business fails. Like your business model, buy, resell, buy, resell. You can no longer buy. You no longer have something to resell. You're locked into a lease for this many years. It's in the lease agreement, in the contract, that if you forfeit on this lease, you owe these people all of that remaining time and rent.
That's what a lease means. Yeah, that's what happens.
It's hard, bro. It's like I've gone through so much with this business and learned so much and taken so many L's, bro, that have been out of my control. Like when I was closed down by the city for 10 months while I was paying rent here. Atrocious things that have happened to me here, bro. And
there is far more that goes into running a successful card shop than just buying product and then reselling the product. The fact that he doesn't understand the nuance of running a card shop is part of the reason your business has failed. I'm not an expert, so take my advice with a grain of salt. I am a customer in this particular industry because I buy MTG cards. The stores that I most like going to are the ones that cultivate a community that brings me into the store. The ones that make me want to go to their commander nights, the ones that make me want to go to their pre-releases, that's the stores that get my business. The ones that cultivate that community is the reason that I go in. And that's so if I was approaching this business, right, and I was trying to get into this field, I would be focused on trying to cultivate an environment in which people could feel safe and fun coming into play. Every single photo or video of your shop, there's not a single person sitting down and playing games. There's not a single person playing Commander or Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh! Nothing. You have nothing going on. So why in the would they choose your card store over the one that they could play with their friends at?
I've endured and survived it all, and I don't know how much more I can take, but it's been hit after hit after hit, bro. Very much a victim of time, and that
sell your BMW, dude. There's your lease money. You're saved.
Will all be clearly displayed when I make this specific video about my business, its shortcomings, and the things that happened. But respectfully, Blue doesn't know what he's talking about when he says it was fully in my control, because
it was fully in his control. I do know what I'm talking about.
Because this is a nationwide.
Nope, I don't need it. I don't need to know all the specifics. I know that again. I got a few problems right off the bat. You bought a $100,000 BMW you couldn't afford. You streamed all goddamn day instead of cultivating your business out front, and then you squandered all of the money when the times were good, so you didn't have any money for the time when the times were bad. There's 3 problems off the top of my head.
As a matter of fact, it is an international issue right now because, again, I was in the military. I have friends that are in Japan right now. Stores over there are having the same printing and allocation issues that we're having in the US. Because these companies are manipulating stock price. They're manipulating the amount of product that is being pushed out. There's a lot of big...
No contest. The game is rigged. 100%. It's rigged.
Deep pocket power players that are eating up and taking over the game and crushing us small mom and pop stores in the process. It's a very complex thing that's happening, and more, sell them, and you're making $5 off each box. That starts to compound. Business was good. I was making a lot of money.
Okay, let's just be clear. Okay, so 400 boxes at $5 a box. What? We're cooking with gas now. That's big shit. I bet that might even cover half the rent for the month.
And this is what I'm talking about, guys. When I say that it's sensationalism,
sensationalism, I just did the math. You said 400 boxes, you're making $5 off each box. I just did some quick maths at $2,000.
Completely either didn't hear or skipped over what you guys just heard me say, which is like, I could order 400 boxes and sell them, and then 4 days later, order 400 or 500 more, etc., right? That is how the business used to operate. I used to make $5 off each box, right? So to put it into perspective,
my understanding that the profit margin off of boxes is significantly higher than that, depending on what boxes we're actually talking about here. But like in the MTG industry, and like not just Magic, but Pokemon and stuff, there's no way they're selling the Pokemon cards for only making $5 a box. There is just no way that you're selling these Pokemon boxes that scalpers are coming to buy from you for $5 over MSRP. There's just no shot.
This last set for Pokemon, I was completely skipped over. My allocation was reduced to 0. I got no product, right? I sold between 400 and 600 boxes. I forget.
Yeah, 20 to 30% on top. Yeah, see, that sounds more realistic.
Friday and Saturday for like Black Friday, right? When I was getting product. So that $2,000 he's bringing up in profit, I made that in 2 days, bro.
And then you made nothing for 6 months.
shop was closed 1 day a week, right? And I could sell 400 or 500 boxes, reorder them on Friday, and they would be at my door.
So you're implying that you're selling 400 to 500 boxes a day. You're selling 400 to 500 boxes a day for MTG. That's what you're implying here. Okay? Or you're selling 400 to 500 boxes a week. So you have so many people coming through your card shop that you're selling 400 to 500 boxes of cards a week, and you can't stay in business? You're losing money?
Step on Monday. I could sell them again, reorder them, sell them again, reorder them an infinite amount of times. And that 2,000 is not for a month or 3 months. It's like every time I flip it, bro. So it was a lot of money coming in, you know, tens of thousands of dollars in.
Yeah. I don't know the facts of the case, but you know he's lying. You know there is a misrepresentation here. So if you're making tens of thousands of dollars every week to every 2 weeks, how are you $200,000 in debt? How is your business going under? How is it possible? How is that possible?
Sales when there was
All invested in BDO, maximum he spent like $6,000, maybe $7,000 in BDO. That's less than a week's income based on what he just said.
volume. I call it the
shut up.
Walmart theory. You know, Walmart can stand to profit $1 off of an item. But if they can move 100 million units of that item, they profit $100 million.
What does Walmart have to do with that analogy? Why the would you call that the Walmart like cinder? Any business can do that. It's like the quickest math.
And that's kind of how volume works. But suddenly, instead,
No, that's not how broad volume works, because you might be profiting $1 off of the item, but it takes 70 cents to get the item to the store in transportation fees. So you're really only making 30 cents on each item, but it's actually different for every store. So your profit margins are actually variable. We call it, what was that, the variable pricing model? Something like that. I'm not even in finance.
of being able to burn and sell 1,500, 2,000 boxes in a month, now I get 10 boxes. Or this last Magic set that came out, Strixhaven, I got 3 booster boxes and 2 sets of commander decks. That was all I got, bro. All I got. So for months until the next set comes out, I get 3 booster boxes from this game. Pokemon gave me 0 booster.
Dude, that's like $15. Dude, you're good. You're definitely going to make rent now. You're fine. You're fine. Well, because you were making tens of thousands of dollars before, and so you have that money saved up. Right?
Booster boxes. One Piece gave me 0 booster boxes. You see where this is going? Union Arena gave me a few boxes, right? So whereas I was getting 2,000 boxes in a month before and making $5 profit off each, now maybe I'm making 20, 30 bucks profit off each, but I'm only getting, like, as a whole store, 10 boxes for a 3-month window. It's not survivable, bro. It's just not survivable. Compare that to 1,500 boxes in a month for one game. Dude, I have 100 and something thousand cards of singles right now. I used to get so many booster boxes.
How do you think that it's sustainable that they're going to send you like thousands and thousands of boxes? Like, at a certain point, your profit margin has to go up because they can't restock the product. It's called supply and demand. It's an extremely complicated concept that only the top-end financial executives understand. I won't bother explaining it to you guys. Your brain is too small.
That I would open 30 booster boxes for every Magic the Gathering set, put those all in the system, sell them on TCG Player as singles, and offer singles to my community. When Lorcana first came out, I would open 15, 20 booster boxes of Lorcana, pull the enchanted cards, send them in to get graded, sell the bulk so everybody that wanted to play or whatever wanted to collect could eat up the rest of the cards. Like, dude, I was getting product, bro. Lorcana X'd me out.
And you,
This company,
I was getting product, so I opened all of it myself. I don't know why they don't want to send me any more stuff.
and everyone's going through the same thing, bro. Everyone's kind of going through the same thing. But again, I'll get more into that when I make that video. Now they want Play Store requirements, which don't make sense. But that's a whole different conversation for another day. But again, Blue takes something and then he blows it up and it becomes dramatic, and it's the thing.
This isn't dramatic. I'm just, like you said, 400 boxes at $5 a box. That's $2,000. Now you've inflated this to you're making $10,000 every 2-ish weeks. So you're making $20,000 a month. $20,000 a month, and you're $100,000 in debt because you're somehow spending more than you bring in.
No, and he's really good at it. And that's why you guys are all like, oh, that Blue Squadron said it. It's a fact. You know, this guy's a dumbass, you know? And then everyone just like has the impression that this guy right here is a fucking dumbass, you know? And it's like,
did you just call my chat a bunch of... I'll have you know that chat is smarter than me a lot of the time. Isn't that right, chat? They might be, but they're my... And part of the reason they watch me is because they feel better about being by watching one of their own kind be worse than they are. Thank God I don't have it that bad. Mom, look at this.
I didn't have mommy and daddy money, bro. So like, as stupid as
Neither did I
may be, I was able to get to the place in life that I'm at. So what does that say about all the intelligent people that are watching this thinking I'm a dumbass? Like, what does that say about you?
You are a dumbass.
I didn't get lucky. I worked for it, and I've been able to achieve decent things, bro. You know?
Do I even need to explain it? Do I even need to explain that? Like, do I even need to go into this? Like, holy shit.
You know, like I have a decent life. Even right now, when I'm struggling, I still have, you know, achieved or attained or gained a lot more than a lot of people in life, you know? And those same people say that
I completely agree. Most people don't obtain failing as many businesses as you have tanked in the last 5 years. In fact, you're actually going for the Guinness Book of World Record of failed businesses within a short period of time. You've got an apparel brand and a like a gamer subs brand that is going to launch straight into the sand pit. It's going to add +2 to that counter.
dumbass, you know? And I don't care about that. Like, I don't belittle those people because I've had nothing before. And I know what it's like. And I know...
No. People that have nothing have more money than you right now. I would argue that most of my chatters probably have more money than you right now. Like, when I go outside and I see a homeless person, they have more money than you do right now.
that I could return to having nothing. But I value the rich and the poor on the same scale. I value...
I do not. Rich people tend to be worth a lot more to society than poor people. And it is not even remotely close. If you've ever met a homeless person, you know that that person is probably not contributing as much to society as Elon Musk is. As much as you hate Elon Musk, you can probably agree on that.
them based off of their moral compass and who they are as people. But it's just to say, like, man, like if I'm such a dumbass and I'm so stupid, then why can't you get to my level? Like, why don't you own your own home? You know, why don't...
Yeah, chat, you can't get down to his level. He has dug himself so deep and so greedily that this is going to find the Balrog of crippling financial debt. All right, and you guys, you can't even come close to that level. You're nowhere near it. You understand? I'll have you know you don't even own your own house, because neither does he, because the bank's about to take it.
Don't you know, have your own new car, your nice car? Like, I have more than one
I do not own a new car. Yep.
car, bro. You
I'm hoping to have one soon, though.
know, like I'm making...
By soon, I mean in the next 8 months.
payments on 2 cars right now because I bought my...
So you don't own 2 cars. So you don't own a new car because you're making payments on the car. So wait, whoa, back up. You don't own the BMW? So you don't have a $100,000 car. You have a car that you've financed.
Thunder_knocked just resubscribed for 10 months. Sheesh.
Dr. Knocked out over for 10 months, man. Appreciate you so much, buddy. Thank you. How in the... Where did all of your money go? So you can't even liquidate. So my thinking is, He can't even liquidate the car for 100 grand. He can't liquidate it. Oh, dude. It's so cooked.
My mom a car too because her car burnt down, and I did what a good
Mom, let me buy you a car too because I can't even afford mine.
son should. And I went and I shouldered that responsibility, and I took her to the lot, and that was a moment in time for me. You know, I don't regret a second of it. And yeah, I've fallen behind
What did you buy her?
on car payments sometimes, and then caught him up, and then, you know, there's been the ups and downs, but she still has her vehicle.
Wait, are you sure he doesn't own it? He said he's paying payments on 2 cars, which means he financed both of them, which means he doesn't actually own the car. When I defined owning a car, right, I say I own my Mazda. I owe no payments on that Mazda. It's a 2011 Mazda 3. That's it. If I say that I own a BMW, that means that I own the BMW, especially since he's talking about how much money he's making. I'm assuming he bought the BMW with cash. That was my mistake. He walked in and they were like, what if you didn't pay us any cash and you just paid us money over time that ended up accruing to greater than the total original value? And he was like, holy shit, you just said a lot of words. You must be really smart. I'm definitely going to do that.
And it's brand new. She's got a full maintenance plan. You know, she gets free oil changes,
So
free
you bought your mom a brand new car because she didn't have a car. It's admirable that you bought your parents a car. That's sick. But you got to be like, you got to be realistic. If my mom was like, I need a new car, Blue. I can't, you know, I can't get to work. We're not going to the Ferrari dealership. Okay?
everything, bro. You know,
I'm asking her, do you need AC? Like, realistically, be honest. How many wheels do you need?
free tires, free, like I paid into all these extras so that she wouldn't have to worry about anything. Roadside, this, that. She doesn't have to worry about nothing. Her car has any issue, she takes it in, they fix it for free. And it's all brand new, under
Free.
warranty. Like, sure, was it a stupid financial decision? Maybe, bro. But
No account, maybe.
I can say that at least once in my life, I was able to do something for the person that gave me life and that put me on this earth and that gave me the opportunity to have the beautiful children that I have today. And I don't.
Did you marry your mom? She gave you the opportunity to have your kids? Now, hang on. What the f does that mean? I assume he kind of just said
If
that
my mom
awkwardly.
told me she needs a new car, I'm buying her a Hot Wheels from Walmart.
Because that's what you can afford. I'm assuming he misspoke. What he means is his mom, like, helped him get where he is and helps him raise his kids. I think. I think that's what he means.
Regret that for a second, and I'll never regret that. You know, having the opportunity.
Well, maybe, but on the other hand, maybe Erkulez has a different definition of keeping it in the family.
To do something for your family is great, and I'll never stop thinking that way. So it is what it is, man. If you guys think I'm a fool for it, then I'll die a fool. But
You are a fool.
it's how I view life, and like I said, we're all very different people.
2 months ago, okay, so like 2.5 months ago, they've done 3 videos for you in the last 60 days. Whoa, man, they're really making their money. I bet if Note could trade it, I bet if Note was like, damn, 3 videos, which honestly would probably take it to edit Erk's videos.
And guys, this is what I'm talking about. At some point in this video, he saw that I had like 200,000 views, and he's like, wow, that's actually really good for a channel his size. That's like exceptional, you know? So those of you that have been following my channel know that I stopped dropping full-length videos, and I was just playing Apex when I could, getting some content. And
oh, that's true. He's going to say that they're editing his YouTube shorts. Okay, so let me just preempt that, Erk. Let me tell you how much time Pixel has to spend editing my YouTube shorts. Okay, I'm being respectful here because, you know, like, she edits the shorts on her phone while she's at work in her free time. Okay, and she does like 1 to 2 shorts a day, and she does a great job. She gets paid. She'd be getting paid. Plus, we do need to watch. Oh, I'll talk about paid. You're gonna get paid, by the way. for last time. Yeah, I got the. I did. We're talking about that. But she does great work. I have no complaints. But I know how much work Pixel is doing for how much she's getting paid, and I know how much work Note does for how much he gets paid. You know why? It's because I used to do it myself. So I understand how much it is comparatively worth. That being said, as the channel does better, they get paid more and more money because the channel is doing really well. It's just a reality. Like, but your guys are doing one short like a week, maybe 2 or 3 shorts a week. It takes them 20 minutes to get that job done.
Working off of the reels. And my initial thought
By the way, you know who told him to do YouTube shorts?
process was,
and I told him to edit them himself,
that I was going to take those reels and start plugging in advertisements for it, like really like make funny kind of like, here's an Apex clip, you're watching it, and then I fall over a chair or something and say, check out this product or whatever, you know, like, I don't know, dude, I was gonna swing the shit, right? So 200K views, obviously, like he says, 3 videos in 2 months.
Yep.
I get it, bro. You know what I'm saying? But let's look at the analytics, right? You go to content.
Oh, I'm looking at them.
Let's go.
Dude, have you ever heard of dark mode? Like, seriously.
Last
Invest.
28 days, right? Since I stopped streaming and playing and all that, I've only been dropping Apex shorts. And that was what was carrying the channel growth, right? So in the last 28 days, top shorts, right? So we got like a 34K, 33K,
That's really
25K.
That's really good.
This just reset because there was a lot more videos over 20 and 30K there. But like, let's say that we go last 90 days, right? This is what.
All right. He's bragging about his shorts thing. Now I'm going to brag about Pixel. So Pixel started from nothing with a YouTube channel that was not the main channel. Okay. She worked this channel. This is her work. Okay. This is her. She's got 5.32K subscribers. All right. And she's done it in, I think Pixel's been with us for what? Maybe 6 months? Maybe 6 months. And she's already got over 5K subscribers. Right. Now, not all shorts are successful. Right. But that's not necessary. What is this? Why is my face a butterfly? Okay. Now he's going to get reported. Oh, it's a different one. It went to a wrong short. Kill your firstborn character. What pisses me off about these people is not even the moment that it happens. Because they'll admit that they got carried in the moment, and then 2 months later, they'll be like, stupidly butterfly when he comes out, and he's like, oh my god, I have so much gear. Oh my god. Why are you... You are such a bitch, dude. You are absolutely such a bitch. What the is that? Caterpillar. Oh my god, you're so... Why are you so ungeared? I hate them. See, she's doing a great job. She's doing a great job. She's fired, but she's doing an amazing job. But she's got 5.32K subscribers, right? But if you look at these videos, if I go the popular, right? Actually, these are the short form videos. I got a shorts, I got a popular, right? Some of these shorts some of these shorts go absolutely super hard. Going ballistic. But like, even Pixel on her own, doing one short a day for the last 6 months is outperforming your entire editing team that you are paying $800 a month for. Okay? By a landslide. Okay?
What has been
Wow,
worked
Blue
on.
Squadron, that was an amazing kill on that Kunoichi. This Black Desert Online gameplay is
Guys,
riveting.
it's not funny. Okay? I only have like, I don't know. There's only, bro, there's not that many bots here. Okay. If you're a bot in chat, because they respond to me, if you're a bot in chat, type L right now. Okay, you can see that there are definitely a few not L's. So do you see how many real people are here? Apparently my 1 kick chatter. Technically 3 kick chatters.
Right? So like a lot of these, where's the views, right? Like last 90 days, 53K short, 35K, 34, 33, 33, 31, 28, 26, 25, 24, 24, 23. we've been slowly working on changing how we do the shorts and seeing what works.
What's we? Erk, tell us something that you've modified to do differently.
These are shorts that we're getting, like, and this is why I was upset that I had to step away when I did, because these are shorts that prior to this 90-day period, we're getting, see, couldn't break 3K. Suddenly we go into the 4Ks, the 5Ks, 6, 7s, 8s, 9s, 10s, boom. And now a lot of videos, we're getting 20, 30, 40, 50K views. You see what I'm saying? So if you look at, you know, like, I don't know how to do this. Yeah, this is like last 90 days. Exactly. So, you know, even if you look at the last 28 days, right? There's a lot of videos. It's not just the 3 main. There were shorts that were edited, yada, 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 last 7 days. You see what I'm saying? So it's not just 3 videos. They were still working. The type of content just changed. So it's just like,
Each one of those shorts takes like a minute to edit.
again, like I knew there was going to be a lot of shit like this because I know
Pixel actually takes more time to edit her shorts than he does because they're more edited. You saw like the butterfly thing? That takes a second.
the type of creator that Blue is, which is why I wanted to provide a response to add clarity, because anyone that goes anywhere, and if I ever get big and you knew me while I wasn't big and you want to do a thing or launch a thing or whatever, and you need help promoting it or whatever, in the
Erk, you are not big as a creator. You are never going to be big as a creator. Please, again, go get a job, man.
that doesn't matter, you know, because he's done right by me already. And if he doesn't want to put his brand at risk in order to help support one that I'm upstarting,
Why are you fat and bald? I'm working on the fatness, but the bald is a genetic thing.
that's perfectly fine, bro. He's A-okay in my book, bro. Blue's a good dude. And that's why, regardless of what he has to say in this video, that's why I'm treating it the way that I am.
Never give up. No, that's like you know, at a certain point, most of us would at some point in their life wanted to be some, I'm going to be a professional football player. I'm going to be a professional baseball player. Yeah, we let that go and you became an accountant. Because at some point you need to be realized that like you're just not cut out for something, right? Like it's just a reality.
And maybe the next. And I agree with that. I want to say that I agree with that. And that's exactly what this video was.
You still haven't faced reality though. You haven't. You gave up gaming.
Dralken Hunter just
But did you
resubscribed
really?
for 33 months. 33 months getting blinded by this sexy bald man.
Draken Hunter, welcome back for 33 months, buddy. Appreciate you. Thanks so much, man. Almost 3 full years now.
You know, I said like, hey, I gave this up. I tried, bro. I tried hard, or at least what hard looked like for me. He might not think that I gave it an effort, but I gave it an effort given my current circumstance at the time. Like I was in school full time, taking 4 classes, turning in assignments, trying to raise kids, having really young kids.
Admirable.
Business 5
You know-
just resubscribed for 17 months.
Business 5, welcome back for 17 months, almost a year and a half, buddy. Thank you so much, buddy.
My youngest isn't even 2 years old right now, bro. And I've been going on a downward spiral for 2 years now. So having a baby, having to care for like a fresh baby and like raising them and all this through full-time school, trying to work on this business, that business, doing shit on the side for people, trying to flip shit, you know, like it was a lot, bro. Trying to stream full-time and then get off stream and then go and figure out the business and yada, yada. Like that was this video. Like my realization, like
Getting kids when you're in debt is crazy work.
Kids is such an important decision.
We're just waiting for the right time. Shit! I'm pregnant again!
I got too many damn kids. Thought you was on the pill or some shit.
Hell no!
Must have been thinking of Brittany.
Well, we finally decided to have children, and I'm not pointing fingers, but it's not going well.
And this is helping. So
I'm just saying that before I have in vitro, maybe you should be willing
it's
to...
always me, right?
Well, it's not my sperm count.
Yeah! I'm gonna own yo! That's my boy!
Unfortunately, Trevor passed away from a heart attack while masturbating to produce sperm for artificial insemination. But
Guys, if that's the way that I go out, I want you all to know that I died happy, okay?
I have some eggs frozen, so just as soon as the right guy comes along, you know.
Okay. That's what you're watching right here.
Like, I'm not cut out for this, bro. Maybe I'm just like I'm a shit creator, bro. And that was the reality. I'm still making these videos because I think they're important, and I think that if anything, people could learn from my failures or learn from my.
Yeah, people could learn from your failures because you're not. You have all these failures and you're pretending to take accountability for them, and then you launch an apparel brand and a gaming supplement, workout supplement, whatever the
story, bro, and it's important to me to put it out there. But sometimes you got to hang up the gloves. I don't give up hope though, man. I dream of a day where things can be really good again. And I find myself in a really safe space, and I learned a lot from this. And next time I will debt mitigate. Like, I'll pay off my cars, pay off all my debt, make sure that I'm like in a place where I'm unbotherable, bro. You know, like, even if everything goes to shit, I'm still going to be fine before I ever attempt to go into gaming or streaming again. So.
And you went to a sperm bank?
Yes, I did.
I donated sperm.
Oh. Huh.
Ooh. Maybe I'm the father.
Well, this is a highly exclusive establishment. So.
Next to the IHOP?
watching people die inside.
Well, I paid for an ideal specimen.
Are you saying Kevin is not an ideal specimen?
This is a wonderful shower, everyone. Thank you.
I might have done it with Jan.
It's one of my favorite shows of all time.
So I'm probably pretty far away from that, but we'll see what happens, bro. If I hit the lottery, dog, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, you might see an Erkulez come back. Because I'm just that dude, bro. That's what
He's aiming for a lottery win, guys.
we do.
He's aiming for
the supplement. We have a card store. We're trying to be a creator. We've got the new.
Okay, I'm curious what he has to say about this.
MMO. We're working on a different, like what clothing, apparel brand, car content. What are we doing? What is happening? Like
ADHD, bro. That's what's happening, bro.
I have ADHD too. That's not an excuse. No. Tons of people have ADHD. And you do not have ADHD, man. You don't. I look straight at you. You don't have ADHD. Okay? Do you know what I'm doing right now? I'm jiggling my leg. I'm fidgeting with my feet. Okay? I've got ADHD. That's why I can go live for hours and just like go nuts. I could also just yap about shit all the time. Okay? I look at kids in like there's kids in high school that used to ask for extra time on tests. Mr. Blue, I have ADHD. No, you don't. You're just an idiot. I mean, I didn't tell them that, but like, God, dude, it's the most overdiagnosed thing in modern medicine. It's ADHD. Every single time. Everybody wants to pretend it's attention deficit hyperactive disorder. Erk, you look like you have about as much energy as a cucumber. Unless we're talking about like potential energy, in which case you probably have a lot, but I'm not going to explain that. But if we're talking about like purely kinetic energy,
I can't focus on one thing, and I try to lock in on one thing, but
massive potential energy though.
Then I get motivated and enthusiastic about another thing, and it's difficult being Erkulez, you know. It's really difficult being the boy. But I'm going through it the best I can with the brain that God gave me, bro. I'm trying my best, but it's really hard for me to stay on track with one thing.
I think that Erk has a massive heart, and I think that he is a genuinely good person. I do. That's why I'm being so hard on him. It's because I really want him to like get a job and be successful. I think that the best part, I think that Erkulez is in an industry of horrible human beings.
I used to get smoked in basic for moving my feet at attention.
Yeah. Like, I think that Erkulez is in an industry of people that most content creators would sell their own mothers down the river, down the river for 5 minutes of front page prime time. They don't give a about anybody but themselves. It's get ahead at all costs, whatever. That's how this industry is with so many people. And there are very few content creators that I find that are like Erkulez that are trying to do it, and they just have a really big heart, and they're just not going to make it, right? They're just not going to make it. The even fewer actually do have a big heart and do make it. I hate to say it, and you might hate him, but Asmongold strikes me as one of these people. Asmon doesn't try to flaunt his wealth. He doesn't try to be someone he's not. He doesn't try to hurl his multi-million-dollar fortune at you. He's just himself. He tries to be honest with people, and he seems like he's just being real. Okay? It's just like one of those things. He doesn't seem like he would sell his own mother down the river for 5 minutes of prime time. In fact, he helped her as much as he could. It's my understanding. His father too. If you're broke as shit, why in the are you wearing some gold ass expensive looking watch with an expensive looking ring? Why are you wearing a Hurley hat? Holy shit. Okay, never mind. Brother, you got less money. W me. You walk outside, you look at a homeless person, he's got more money than you do. His face. It's the realization. Not to mention the shit behind you in this room. Is this just a PC just sitting on the shelf? What the?
Build up the sun.
Dude, this dude bought professional lighting and doesn't even have the lights on! Dude!
Bro. This is Blue Squadron though. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Squadron. The lights are on this time. My editors
The lights are on this. He's like, oh shit, I should turn those on.
were like, yo, turn your light.
Jesus, it's like, remember, bro, do you guys remember when Shoe on Head insulted Hassan because of the way that he dresses and then said he doesn't suits? And she ulted him so hard that Hassan has been wearing suits ever since then, every day. Like, that's basically what happened here. This is going to have the lights on in every video.
Lights on. Blue's also pointing that out. I'm a simple guy, dude. This is why I suck at making content. I'm just authentic. I'm like, turn on the camera, turn on the spotlight.
Well, that's why we liked Erk, to be honest with you. That was the best part of his content, was that he was authentically when he's making terrible decisions, whether it's in Black Desert or not. You know that he's this is just who he is. This is not a joke. This is not, well, it is a joke, but it's not, it's real. This is not, he's not faking this. This is reality.
Send it, bro. I'm just going to get in front of you guys and let you know how I feel, let you know what it is. Keep it real, bro. But this is what I'm talking about when I say that
Why do you have fans back here now? Before I saw the computer and you were like, oh, cut that out. We don't want to show people that we're not. And now you've got just computer parts just sitting on the shelf.
Blue is lightly disconnected. This expensive.
You've also got a G502.
Ass looking watch. I will show you guys, right? It's a Citizen watch, right? I don't know if I can get it closer.
Like the point, he completely is missing the point of me pointing all of this shit out. That like you shouldn't be wearing all this. You don't like the stealth, the status, the power, all of that shit. It's all a facade. I'm basically watching North Korea right now. It's all about the appearance. And you're like, no, this watch is worth money.
Enough, but I can't, I guess, the glare, right? I got this from my local jeweler here on Kingsley Avenue in Orange Park. It's called Kingsley Jewelers. And I wait until he's having like Father's Day specials or sales or something. And I go in.
Oh, well, then it's okay.
And this watch, bro, is a nice watch. And I wear it every day.
He went to Jared. You should have gone to Walmart. You can't afford that watch.
For everything. And it was like $120.
Holy shit. In fairness, my watch does cost more than yours, but it's an Apple Watch. And also I bought it with cash because I have money, because I'm not
brand new. Normally,
thank you, chat.
It goes for more than that. So I got it on special. I got it on a deal. Cool. And
the Casio, dude. Okay, hold on.
I have $2 and a Casio.
Just had to do it. Just had to do it. That's Eric right here.
And the things that he's pointing out, this ring right here, right? I don't know if you can see it.
Holy dude, what are we doing?
But I'm wearing a pinky ring. You know, it's not because I think I'm some kind of pimp, bro.
Mm-hmm. There's no correlation between these two images here. He's not trying to imitate anything. No. Mm-mm.
And if you see it, this ring has another man's name on it, right?
I'm not going to lie, man, and this comes from a place of just honesty. That's kind of gay, dude. Maybe it was a war buddy that he lost in the war or something. You know what I mean? Like,
it says Julian.
That's a female name, but technically can be a male name.
Or Julian. And this ring was not...
Dude, if it had said blue, it would have been cinema. Anyway.
Intended for me. I don't want to talk about it because I've put that in a dark place in my mind and locked it inside a box so that I can continue as a human being. But the reason money became important to me is because my grandfather passed away.
The reason that money became important to me is because I wanted to live not in a box under the highway. We all have our motivating factors.
Both my grandfathers passed away of cancer. It was a really dark time, and I didn't have money to bury him. And I have to live with that for the rest
Cremation.
of my life. My grandfather's ashes...
What? Yeah, dude, you have your... What do you mean you have to live with that for the rest of your life? You mean like real, like legitimately because you have his ashes in the room? Because then from that perspective, yes, technically you do have to live with that decision for the rest of your life. But like from a much more realist perspective, you're pretending that you left your like grandparents dead on the sidewalk and they just decomposed.
Were flown to Cuba and he's sitting in a box somewhere. There's nowhere for my children to go take him flowers anymore. I don't want...
That really sucks. I don't know how money could have fixed that, but...
talk about it anymore, but this is one of two items that I have from my grandfather. And it was initially given...
So your grandfather... The apple hasn't fallen much further from the metaphorical tree here, is what you're telling me. I bet you're a spitting image.
To his son's son, you know. I am his daughter's son. So it was given to my nephew, and my grandmother gave it to him and was heartbroken when...
I thought he wasn't going to say the story. And then
she walked into the room one day and saw this ring on the ground, and he didn't even know it was there. He just was playing Call of Duty, had it thrown on the floor.
Your grandfather was playing Call of Duty?
And she cried and she took it from him, and she told me that she wanted me to have it.
That had to be... She's maybe her husband. I don't... So, in your super sentimental Ring story. You're talking about how some dude threw the ring on the floor and didn't give a shit about it because he was playing Call of Duty. Okay, now
because she had given me his wallet with the last few dollar bills that are in his wallet. And she gave me some of his hats. That's on my mother's side. On my father's side.
Was he a big Hurley enthusiast? It would explain some things.
I have a hat that belonged to my grandfather.
That's crazy. but you're laughing though. There's no way you didn't laugh. There's no way you didn't laugh.
And I value. I won't wear that
No
hat. I'll never wear that hat, and I'll never use that wallet. It's in a special
I'm sorry,
place.
it's not funny. It's not
funny. And this is what I meant when I said that you know, that immigrants don't have anything like this. And being blessed with coming to the United States, something like this was finally able to be passed down. This ring means more to me than my life.
So wait, was your grandfather the immigrant, or were you the immigrant? Is he the one that came over from Cuba, or did you come over from Cuba?
Even if I find myself on the street, I will never pawn this ring. I will never get rid of this ring. And if somebody, you know, if somebody robs me,
If somebody walked up to you tomorrow and said that I will offer you $5 million for that pinky ring, I bet that ring comes off your finger so fast, you wouldn't even give it a second thought.
can have the watch. They can have.
I will say this, memes aside, people that say that money can't buy happiness are full of shit. That's all I'm saying. Those are rich people that have never been poor before. Money absolutely buys happiness. It buys a lot of happiness. In fact, I bet you're hard pressed to find a problem in your life that can't be solved by a tremendous sum of money.
Have the car. They can have whatever they want, but they gotta catch a charge for this ring. You got to put me in the ground for this ring right here. So I didn't pay for this ring. And the only finger that it fits me in is the pinky. And I'm grateful that it at least fits me there, you know? So it's the only place I wear it, and I always have it on. I never take it off. I only take it off to sleep. And if it's not in my hand, if you see me in a video, it's on the desk right in front of me, because when I game, because of how the mouse is, I take my watch and my ring off. These action figures that he was pointing out, I got them at Marshall's. This Hurley hat, I got at Marshall's. I have a lot of Hurley hats.
Are you bragging about Marshall's maxing right now? What? Nobody asked you where you got your shit from. I'm saying that you're wearing it as a status symbol.
It's like my favorite brand. I like the H a lot. And it's a Florida boy brand, you know. Florida boys love rocking Hurley. So I got this hat for like 10 or 13.
I remember I bought like a couple of Hurley shirts when I was like 19 years old. And I remember wearing them for like 6 months thinking I was cool. And then I realized I looked like a total douche canoe. So then I just put them away and I haven't worn anything since. Also, they don't fit me anymore because I'm fat.
Bucks. Hats normally cost $25 to $30. So I got it cheap. I get my clothes.
Your hats cost $25 to $30. What the fuck are we talking about? I've gotten almost all my hats in my life for free, minus my F1 hats, which were admittedly expensive.
At Walmart, at Target, at Marshall's, at Ross, and I paid like $8 to $13 a shirt.
I've still got them beat. $6. Okay, $5 actually if you buy it in bulk.
Mainly always wearing a white shirt. This is a Nintendo 64 shirt from Walmart. You know what I'm saying? But little things like I have a gold chain, but look at how small it is. You know, it's like a little gold chain, bro. I've had this gold chain since I was 12.
Dude, he just doesn't understand. I'm using this as an example that you're just all about status. It's not about how much actual like success you have. You just want people to you want to appear like you're successful. It's more important than the success itself, is to look successful.
Years old, my grandmother gave me this chain, and even when I could buy myself a bigger chain, an iced out chain, it doesn't matter. Nothing will ever be more valuable to me than this, because
Then why aren't you wearing it in this video here? Holy caught. What the f are we doing?
it was given to me by someone who I love dearly and care for.
I thought it was a scam.
Felt it was important to make this video. It's fire. You
Emailed me. What?
for English Pioneer testers again to do some.
Oh yeah, he beta tested this game. This game? Yep. These people emailed me. I thought it was a scam. It's true though. They did. No, I don't have time for that shit.
God.
No, thank you.
Damn, the disrespect on Ro is crazy, bro. I can't speak for Ragnarok Online 3. I don't know how that's gonna go. I'm still in the group chats, and I'm still like a job to do, and he's phenomenal at the job that thank you so much for subbing. My hat is off to you for the amazing experience that you've given me. Thank you for the beautiful comments on my last couple videos. I will do my best in refining these videos and doing a little bit better of a job.
Is that more lighting that you're not using? How much lighting did you buy? How many lights are
But
in the room
I love y'all,
right
man.
now?
That's all I can say. Your boy Erkulez is out. Catch you in the next one.
Man, that was tough. Whoop.
What's up, guys? Your boy Erkulez here with another.
That was tough. Okay, now let's